Light to come on here for the Bulldogs and Eels game. Waiting, and we are on. Hey guys, how you going? So today on BKR Sport, we're here as the Canterbury Bulldogs take on the Parramatta Eels. Now, this game on paper realistically should be over and done with within the first 5 minutes. But in the same sense, Parramatta haven't been the most enthralling of teams ever, let alone this year. They're a better team than the Dogs, but the Dogs are coming into this game off the back of a win against the Sharks, who they're not exactly slouches, the Sharks. I know they're in the bottom four right now, but they're a better team than the bottom four. But the Doggies, obviously, they have really struggled this year overall. They didn't have a win until last week, and they finally got their win. But now, could they get on a bloody win streak? Could they win a couple in a row and throw themselves right back into the mix? I don't necessarily believe so, no. But in the same sense, you can't wipe out anything in the old NRL. You can't wipe out anything when the Parramatta Eels are playing. But they really should be winning. They should be winning quite easily here. Parramatta come into this game. Actually, I can't even remember who they played last week. They played the Broncos, and they had a really good toweling of a victory. I think they won 36-0, 36-6 over the Broncos. Let me just go and quickly have a look-ski. It was a very big win there. 1 second here, guys. It was last week. It was 46-6 to the Parramatta Eels over the Broncos. That was on Friday night at Parramatta. So, look, they're coming into this on a bit of form, but in the same sense, they need to be winning this by a lot if they want to be calling themselves a top 4 team or a top 3 team and trying to compete with the Panthers, who just come off a very good win against Manly. Well, not a very good win, but a good win against Manly. Plus the Storm, who are coming off a good win the other night against the Sharks, and also the Rabbitohs, who are just simply a very good team, and they also come off a very good win against the Raiders. So the Eels need to be winning this game, winning it well, to be making it, to be putting themselves in that equation. No, Iwasa says they play Darwin, BKR. There you go, they played Darwin. So it wasn't at Parramatta, sorry, it was in Darwin they played the Broncos, but they gave them a good toweling nonetheless. Jared Choice, I'm thinking Parramatta will flog them. I'm actually going for Parramatta. I'm saying Parramatta win this game. I'm thinking it's going to be a bit more of a close one. These two teams usually play a little bit low-scoring games. They're usually very low-scoring. And also, they're usually relatively close by like 6 points or whatever. So I think Parramatta do win, and they definitely should be winning. They definitely deserve to be winning. But then again, so the Sharks. The Sharks should have been winning, but they didn't. The point of the matter is, they didn't. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how this one goes and see if the Dogs can get a bit of a roll on. But I do think it'll be a low-scoring game in comparison to what everyone does imagine. I am taking the Eels, and I'll take them by. I'm going to take them by. You know what? I'm going to take the Eels by 6-10. I'll go a 6-point win there for the Eels, and I'm going to go 18-12. How about that one? Parramatta says Dogs could have a bit of confidence after their win last week. Yes, but they're also pretty shocking still. They're also pretty shocking, but you're not wrong too. They could also come out here and shock everyone. But guys, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here, and let me know your tips for the game. Oscar Burke says, Blaze, I've always wondered why the Dogs and Rabbitohs play at ANZ. They don't have a home ground, do you know? Yes, the Bulldogs do have a home ground. It's Belmore, but they don't use it because I think it's... obviously, there's a lot of impacts with the... because it's literally in a neighbourhood. Like, it's literally in a neighbourhood. Brookvale isn't, really. Shark Park isn't. It's nowhere really. It's close, but not really close to houses and shit. Campbelltown isn't really, but Belmore is literally in a neighbourhood. So I guess because of the impacts of people, traffic, and all that type of shit, you can't have too many games. They have to have 1 or 2 games there a year. But no, Belmore definitely is their home ground. But I don't think the Rabbitohs have one outside of ANZ. I think ANZ is obviously their clearing out home ground. Noah US says, BKR, you inspire me to complain about everything. Complain? I'm not complaining right now. What are you talking about? Complain? I haven't been complaining at all today. What are you talking about? Anyway, so the game has started here, and the Dogs will start with the ball on 4 tackle. They're 30 minutes out from their own line. Complains? What am I complaining about? Complaining about? No, I haven't complained about anything. Blowblock says, hello, BKR Sport. Hello, mate. How you doing? Dadsmate says, let's go Doggies. Rapid Fire TV says, what's your tip? My tip is the Eels 18-12. I've gone the Eels 18-12 here. I think it'll be closer than people do imagine, but I do think the Eels will be too good in the end. No, I don't get that. Why would someone say that I complain? Like, I haven't been complaining at all. I even gave Broncos fair due credit for winning last night. What are you talking about, dude? Don't become a golden anime on the channel. So 4 tackled here for the Dogs. They're 30 metres out here from the 30 metres out here from the Eels line. Good luck being golden anime, though. You're nowhere near good enough to be golden anime. So 5th tackle here. Ooh, charge down there from the Eels. Reed Marnie there. Good actual charge down. And Reed Marnie's going to pick the ball up here. 45 metres out from his own line. Good work there. Geez, very good to get that block in. Blowblock says, I think the Eels win 34-10. Fair enough. I just think usually these two teams play low-scoring games, so I just don't think the Eels are going to be as good as people do imagine, because the Dogs will be firing after last week's win, in my personal opinion. So third tackle here for the Eels. They're getting past the halfway point. 45 metres out here from the Dogs line. Oscar Burke says, does Belmore have a good atmosphere when full? It's not the greatest. It's still good. I guess Belmore is a very small ground. I've been there. If you want to go and have a look at what Belmore's like, you can go and check out my Dogs vs Raiders vlog from back in, I think, 2018 or 2017. That was Belmore. It's okay. It's a good, local sports ground, but it's not really where an NRL team should be playing as well, which is another reason why, obviously, they don't play at Belmore, because it is such a small ground. But the Dogs here, good take and good defence to keep them from getting past the 40-metre line. Realistically, they didn't even get past the 40 metres there. The Dogs actually probably won that little battle there. So Eels are really trying to ramp this up early here. They're trying to get some real good energy going. Parramatta says, Golden Anime wishes he could talk on stream after last night. Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately, he was actually incredibly racist last time we spoke on this stream to me and everybody else. So, unfortunately, he won't be back no matter how good the Titans are or Broncos are. It doesn't really matter. He was hidden well before last night. Blue Box says, I have seen they do have low-scoring games. Yeah, exactly right. That's what I'm saying. I think this game will be a lot more low-scoring than people do imagine. 3 minutes in here, it's fourth tackle for the Dogs there. 35 metres out from their own line. Left-hand side here. They're going to kick on fourth here. Go for a 40-20, but that's going to go nowhere near. I don't understand why you're kicking on fourth if it's only going to go straight down to Gutherson where he would normally pick it up anyway. Oscar Burke says, ANZ just doesn't have much of an atmosphere, does it? It does when it's full, but it's still not like Suncorp. Suncorp full is way better than ANZ full, in my opinion. Suncorp full, and that's 30,000 less capacity, mind you. Or 30,000? 26,000. So I think Suncorp's 54 and ANZ's 80. I personally prefer a full packed out Suncorp than a full packed out ANZ. So third tackle here. But obviously it's very difficult to get big crowds to ANZ at 80,000. Reid Marnie's had a great start to this game. Gee whiz. A great start to this game. And Gutho here, he will score. He will score. Gutherson will score here. And gee whiz, the Eels have just rocketed here early. The Eels have just absolutely rocketed here early. And 3 minutes into the game, the Eels are going to score. Okay, well, my tip could be thrown out the window quickly here. Geez, that is just poor from the Dogs. My goodness. My goodness, that is just pathetic from the Dogs. Like, if you're a Dogs fan, you should be disgusted by that. Look at that from the 10. Is that Thompson, the 10? Like, people wank on about how good he is. How lazy was that from Luke Thompson? That was unbelievably lazy, and you should feel sick if you're a Dogs fan looking at that. That is the laziest defense I've ever seen. I don't care you're a front or a forward. You need to be making that tackle. That is disgusting from Luke Thompson. That is actually disgusting from Luke Thompson. I've never seen a more lazy defender in my life. That was ridiculous. And he's still even jogging when the ball's getting run away from there. Luke Thompson, that is a D, E grade effort there. I'm actually really frustrated watching that. I'm really frustrated watching that. If you think that's a first grade footballer in regards to defense or in regards to a player, like gee whiz, he needs to really get his game up because that was pathetic. Dan Canone says, looks like Barrett will be crying again this week. Fair enough, to be honest with you, mate. Hopefully, like, if that's the case with Thompson, gee whiz. Cameron says, the thing is, you talk about teams like the Titans having a good attack and bad defense. The Dogs have nothing. Absolutely. Yeah, at least the Titans have something. Terrible defense, but at least they have something in attack. But God, that was bad. Like, that angers me bad. Jared Choice Barrett looking good now. Parra looking good. Brother, look at this. There's no way that's Parra looking good. That is all on Luke Thompson for being the laziest defender on the planet. That was the laziest defending on the planet, my dude. Parra looking good, please. That try wasn't Parra. That try was on Luke Thompson for Parramatta. Oya says, hello from Zakynthos in Greece up the Dragons. Good on you, man. Welcome all the way from Greece. Appreciate you, my dude. But 5 minutes in here. Jeez, I'm getting angry. I'm not even a Dogs fan. I couldn't even care less about this game, but that makes me angry. All right, so 5 minutes into the game here. 5 minutes into the game, and the Eels are going to have the ball here up 6-0. Jeez, I'm scared of Dogs fans. Benjamin says, you like Eels or Roosters? I'm not a fan of either of those teams. The second tackle over the Eels, they're 25 metres out from their own line. I need to get a lot more going here, the Dogs. Benjamin Tan says, that's right, I think Eels, I'm a Titans fan, man, so Eels or Roosters, they're just another team. So third tackle here for the Eels coming off their own line. Blow Block says, Parra looks like they'll make the grand... What? Holy shit, this stream's feeling weird already. What are you talking about? Parra will make the grand final. The Parra don't look anything like a grand final team. Fourth tackle here for the Eels. They're 45 metres out from their own line. They're going to get past the halfway point. 6 minutes gone. Boots the ball up there. And The Dogs are going to go to the ball here. 12 minutes out. Carroll says, okay, calm down. I know, Eels fans. Gee, we're saying you're going to make the grand final because of one try that was based on the Dogs' defense. Holy shit. Alex Christie says, g'day from Germany. Let's go Titans. Good on you, man. Get around the Titans. Obviously, I'm a Gold Coast Titans fan. But we didn't have a good result last night. But, we're still in 7th. And realistically, we had a good result with Panthers beating Manly. And also had a good result with Panthers beating Manly. And what was the other game? Then we had a good result with Raiders losing to the Rabbitohs. So a couple of good results there. So 7 minutes in here. Dogs, left-hand side, knock on. You are shit house. You are shit house. Blowbox says, they're forming the season. No. Noe Russell says, Bunnies versus Panthers is the safest bet for the grand final prediction. Yeah, absolutely. I said it before the season, still saying it now. But then again, the Storm are going to be there, but they're not looking unbelievable, but they're still definitely going to be around there. R&B form music says rubbish. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is rubbish. Like, you get to a point with this team where you stop feeling sorry for them and you start getting angry at them. Like, cool, they went against the Sharks last week, who are in a mess themselves as a club. But, like, Parramatta says, no, Storm vs Panthers surely is the safest bet. I'd say yes. Yeah, you're right in regards to safest bet. But I think the favourite bet would be Panthers versus Rabbitohs right now. So Moses, left-hand side here, knock on there from the Dogs. Nice. And I don't know why Flanagan, why are they playing this on? It's obviously a knock-on. It's obviously a knock-on. Dan Canali says, hey, do you know the rules on energy drinks? Not sure if I've seen To'o at halftime, but he was chugging one, performance-enhancing. Thoughts? I'm pretty certain it's allowed. Obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be allowed. He wouldn't have had it in the dressing sheds, but I'm not too sure of those rules, to be completely honest with you. Blowlock says, Rabbitohs and Panthers prelim was close. They might go hard again. I think Panthers Panthers-Rabbitohs would be a very good game in the finals, to be honest with you. That would be a very good game, in my opinion. So 32.5 minutes to go here of the first half. 6-0 to Parramatta, and Parramatta will have the ball here at the halfway point. Noah says, not too late to switch to St Kilda game. Damn, we're smashing him. Yeah, but St Kilda are also shootouts. Like, that's a game that means nothing. But at least this game kind of at least means something for the Eels, I guess. And I guess if the Dogs were to somehow manage to win, I'll do the Geelong game after this. But no. St Kilda, who's St Kilda playing? They're playing a shithouse team, aren't they? Isn't that two average teams tonight? So second take. Actually, who won between Collingwood and Gold Coast? I was looking at that. The Sunnies were doing pretty well. Collingwood are a pretty average, very bad team this year, though, to be fair. Oh, Dylan Brown with a nice little run there. 25 metres out here from the Bulldogs line. And the Eels with the ball. Reid Marnie, left-hand side, gets it off. Underneath, pretty poor pass there. Gets off to Gutherson, though, and Gutherson's been slammed. But he gets the offload away. Good offload away. And Papali'i with the ball. He's still going here, just pumping off everyone. 4 tackle. Matim sets up the Eels, getting around the Eels. So 4 tackle here for the Eels. They're 13 metres out from the Bulldogs line. Right-hand side gets up to Moses. Moses here underneath. Taken down. No, offloads it. And Brown's going to get taken down about 15 metres out. Jasmine says the Mighty Suns won. Well, there you go. So 5th tackle, left-hand side with Collingwood, like 15th this year. It's ridiculous. Oh, little kick through. That's a takeout. I think that's a penalty here. It's going to be a dropout here. There could even be a penalty here for a clear takeout. All right, Carroll, good luck tonight. Will be a good game. Will be a penalty here for Parramatta. And, geez, the Dogs are bad. If I'm the Eels here, I just go for the try. Like, they are pathetic, the Dogs. They're going to take the 2. I find it ridiculous. Like, you're the Eels, man. You should be scoring a lot more points. You should just be going for the try here. So, we'll be 8-0 here. We'll be 8-0, but holy shit. I'm actually scared for the Dogs in this game based on how they've started this game. That's a blatant... Like, who on what planet do you ever think that you're going to get away with that? Like, Dan knows the Saints playing the Hawks, mate. Yeah, it's shocking. Yes, they are going for the try. That's the good call there for the Eels. Yeah, Hawks are just as shocking. So 9 minutes into this game here, and yes, Daz, mate, can't get for the spoon, absolutely. But then again, Hawks are definitely there too. 31 minutes gone, right-hand side here. Brown underneath. Oh my God, that's close. 1 metre short here. Second tackle for the Eels. Second tackle for the Eels here. Reid Marnie pass it back out left. Nathan Brown. Brown here gets it off to Campbell Gillard. And Campbell Gillard's going to get tackled about 6 metres short. Melbourne's Pies also there for the spoon. Absolutely. Third tackle. Left-hand side. Here we go. Chance here. Papali'i. Offload. They're going to get to Marcus Sivo. Sivo steps on the inside. I think he's been held up here. I think he's been held up here. But it could be a try. But I think he's been held up. Sivo's celebrating. Oh, wow. He's going to call it there. I thought he got held up there. But it's going to be a try here for Marcus Sivo. Tossaviti. Tossaviti, baby. But, I thought he was held up there. They'll obviously check this, but I'm pretty certain he held this up. I'm pretty certain this was held up here. I think the referee just called this based on the fact that he saw Sivo celebrating. So he gets it out to the right-hand side. He cuts on the, left-hand side. Sivo cuts on the inside here. I can't, unless the referee sees it, I've got to see it here. In fast pace, it didn't look like it, but they're going to get that ball out of Papali'i. Marcus Sivo steps on his left foot, goes inside, and I don't think so. I don't think he scores the try. I don't understand why the referee gave that. I didn't think it was a try straight away. I just don't think he does get it down. Noah says, BK, what is that? What? All right, so... Oh, he gets that down easy. Oh, no. Okay, that's clear. That's clear there. And from the other angles, it didn't look like it at all. So it'll be 10-0 here, Parramatta, after 11 minutes, guys, with the kick to come. And Marcus Silva with 8 tries so far this season. Third on the list. Bloodblocks says, how did he award that? Well, it is a try. From the other angles, it didn't look like it went down, but from that angle, it was blatant. Rapid Fire TV says something that is already gone. RB4 Music says, thought the bunker can review. It could, but it didn't need to there. So I think it was reviewing it while we were looking at it, but obviously that was a blatant try there. Noah says that Fiji word. Oh, Tosso Viti, that means go Fiji. Tosso is go, and Viti is Fiji. So that's going to be a missed kick there from Moses. So it's going to stay at 10-0 here after 11 minutes of Parramatta. But geez, if you're a Dogs fan, you'd be getting back into that hole because I tell you what, this is looking dangerous early days. But guys, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already and subscribe if you are new around here. Koos says, who would you tip, Cowboys or Warriors? I'm tipping the Warriors. But I'm not confident in that game at all. Not confident at all. Collective World says, hey, hello, champion. All right. So 11 minutes gone and Parramatta up 10-0. Gee whiz, Dogs fans, start, buddy. Put your hands in front of your eyes right now. And up it goes. Eels coming off their own line here. Gee, like, honestly, I expected this game to be a low-scoring one because of how the Dogs usually are. But then again, I just remembered the Dogs haven't got a good defense at all. They've always been known as a good defensive team, the Dogs. They're always a defense-first kind of team. But obviously today, they just have... Well, the last couple of seasons, their defense has just rocketed downwards. So there you go. Aussie Mother says, glad I can't watch this one. Yeah, fair enough, mate. You don't want to be watching this right now. It's a shocking one, 11 minutes in. Honey Boo Boo says, what are you watching the game with? KO, like I always do. Robert Duckham says, good morning from Washington, D.C. Good on you, man. Hope you're doing all right there in Washington. So, 4th tackle here. Been watching the NFL draft, man. It's been a good one. So, 3rd tackle here, 4th tackle here for the Eels. And they're about 50 metres out here from the Doggies line, but not much going on in this set. Jadson, I'm back. Good on you, man. So, right-hand side here, Reed Marnie gets the ball off and Moses boots this one down. Straight to the Dogs, and I nearly said Chris and Inu. Jeez, that's going back. Actually, how long ago did Chris and Inu play for the Dogs? That would have been like 10 years ago now, wouldn't it? Did he play for the Eels at one stage too, Inu? Chris and Inu played for the Dogs, played for the Eels. I think he played for the Dragons at one stage. He played for a lot of teams. Rapid Fire says Geelong going to smash Sydney. Would love to see it, but in the same sense, sorry. Would love to see it in the same sense. Geelong, Swans have usually been a bogey team for Geelong, and Swans have been pretty good this year, but I do think Geelong will win, yes. So 4th tackle here. That's a good run there by Maney. They're going to give it off to Hopewade, and Hopewade's going to get taken down about 40 metres out from the Eels line. Desmond says 2013. I think he last played for us. Yeah, jeez, Chris and Inu. That's going back. So 4th tackle here, and Napa's going to get taken down 25 metres out. Needs to be doing a lot more, he does. Decon says, is it live on the TV? No, it is on Fox Sports. All the Saturday games are always on Fox and not on Channel 9. So 5th tackle, boots it up here. Gutherson underneath. Easy take, and he'll get taken down 5 metres out from his own line. Dan collects the old smiling goal kicker. Yeah, and there's also another one. Who was the most famous smiling goal kicker? I can't remember his name. He's a very good kicker. I think it might have been Union. No, it was League. Who is it? No, it wasn't Sean Johnson, is it? No. Who did it used to be? Who used to be also play with the Warriors? Yeah, Chris Nunu also played with the Warriors. But there was also another one who was very famous for smiling during his kicks. Dane McKenzie, that's the one. Thanks, Noah. Yeah, Noah also with Dane McKenzie. Yeah, he's the one. So 5th tackle there. That's obviously rugby union for everyone who isn't aware. So 5th tackle for the Eels, and they're going to boot this one downfield. That's going to go out in the full. That's going to go out in the full here. It will go out in the full. Oh, what are you doing, bro? It's a penalty. Well, I'm not too sure how this is a penalty where the Dogs caught it, because the Dogs caught it out of bounds on the full. So wouldn't... That's an interesting call there. So the ball goes out in the full there, and Dylan Napa, you're horrific, bro. That's a terrible tackle. Oh, that is terrible. I'm not even reading Dan Canelli's comment. Oscar Burke's Dan McKenzie. Yeah, exactly right. So Eels here with the ball, 15 metres out. All right, so Eels again. Geez, the Dogs are bad. That would have been out in the full from the Eels, and the Dogs would have gotten the ball 40 metres out from the Eels line, but instead, Oh, the Eels lost the ball forward, and it's going to be a knock-on against the Eels. Oh, this game is going to be a head-pumping against cement kind of game. This is going to be a head-pumping against cement kind of game. I can already feel it. Melmo says, hate majority of this team. Fair enough, to be honest with you, man. Graham says, who just scored for the Eels? It was Gutherson the first? No, Marcus Thevo just scored just then. Marcus Thevo just scored on the left-hand wing. Daniel Bates says, Piggy Riddell always used to say sail over when he was kicking, didn't he? Yeah, he used to always do that little cheeky runner. A little stutter step. Jimbo Roos says, go Swans, win tonight. No, good luck, won't happen. So 15 minutes into the game here, just 10-0 Parramatta. Dogs with the ball coming off their own line. I'm going to time you out, littlest YouTube account ever. You're an idiot. I actually could hide you just for being a dickhead, because I know you're obviously clearly just being a dickhead. Robert Duckman says, does anyone know when Penrith plays South Sydney? I think it's like 3-4 weeks away. I think it's the end of May. I think it's like 23rd or late May when they play. And they play at like Coffs Harbour or something. They play at a small ground. It's not at Penrith or ANZ. It's at a small ground in the middle of nowhere. So a little short kick there. 40. Oh, good tackle. No, not a good tackle. Ferguson gets away from it. Terrible tackle. Vataya says, bro, I think I saw you in Nandi, Fiji at Bar 1 nightclub. I think 2019. Absolutely. You probably would have, man. You probably would have, my dude. I definitely would have been there, my man. So it's the second tackle here for the Eels. They're 30 metres out from their own line. And Moses gets out of Makasivo. I missed Fiji, though. Tosaviti. Missed Fiji, though. When did I leave? Oh, I left in February of this year. So fourth tackle here for the Eels. It's actually crazy. It hasn't actually been that long since I was in Fiji. I think it's only been 3 months or so now. So fourth tackle in, Nathan Brown. He gets tackled down about the halfway point. Dan Glaze, is that the new Manly poster, mate? Can I buy it? Yeah, man. It's all on the BKR Sport Redbubble website. You can jump on. There's the Manly one there. There's Roosters. There's everyone except for the Broncos and the Dogs because a certain organisation wanted to copyright it. R&B4 Music says, I thought you said no swearing. I never said none. When did I say no swearing? I don't like to swear on the channel, but in the same sense, it comes out from time to time. Chronic says Rabbitohs vs Panthers and Dubbo. They're the one. That's the one. Yeah, so I was thinking, it's obviously that's a small place outside, but yeah, in Dubbo, such an odd place to put it. Like that's one of the best games that everyone's looking forward to of the season. That's the game that everyone's looking forward to the season. Why would you take that game away? Like take a good game, like a quality game, but not that quality of a game away from the locals. Dasmate says Dogs sold out, haven't they? Sold out what? Dogs sold out what? So fifth tackle of the Eels. Dingo, if you go down his path, it'll happen to you too, my dude. Because he's not hidden. So, but if you go down that path, it'll happen to you too. Because I know what you guys are doing. So 22 and a half minutes to go here the first half. And the Eels are going to take this ball 30 metres out from their own line. Margolia says, let's roll Eels. Yeah, look, they're doing it right. The Dogs have been absolutely disgustingly bad, though. Matayani Thangi Ngoro says, yes, when I saw you, I said, hey, YouTube. And we shake hand, you full of drunk. I hope you live Fiji Drua next year, Super Rugby. Hold on one second. Yeah, I can't wait for Fiji Drua next year. But appreciate you, my dude. And appreciate you remembering that too. That's funny as. That's funny as. So fifth tackle. Oh, that's a lost ball. Yep, Eels lose the ball there. Dylan Brown, he just loses that ball cold and then goes to pick it up again. What was that about? What was that? Blowblocks says, who does Parra hate the most? Is it Tigers or someone else from Sydney? Parra would hate Manly the most. Eric Duran says, needed Eels to win by 21 or more. Like they should, man, but in the same sense, like they've scored on the back of real poor dog shit. Like real poor. Like really, really poor dog shit. So Dogs will get the ball here 35 metres out from their own line. No one says no, Eric. Well, Eric, 21 or more, surely it happens. They're up 10-0 in the first 19 minutes. You'd assume that the Eels will be able to win by more than, buddy, what is it, 20 points? Did you say 21 points? You'd assume they only need to get 12 more points, but they've lost the ball a couple of times here already. So first tackle leave the Dogs. They're 45 metres out from their own line. If I'm the Dogs, I just want to get through the half time right now and not give up another try. I don't care if I score or not. I just don't want to give up another try at this point. R&B4 Music says Parra really should be putting the Dogs to the sword if they want to prove to everyone that they are contenders. Yep, that's what I said at the beginning of the stream. Thompson gets that ball outside. Fun again. Oh, nearly a knock on there. Very close for a knock on there, but it will not be a knock on. So fourth tackle here. Left-hand side. I couldn't even name to you half of this team. I genuinely couldn't even name to you half this Dogs team right now. No, who's the fullback for Gutherson? Oh, good question. 1 second here. Dogs right hand side. That's forward. That's forward. That's forward. That's forward. That's forward. No, not forward. 7 tackle set from a terrible kick. So karma, but hello, that was clearly forward there. Who was the fullback for Gutherson? Oh, that's a good question. Christian was like 2013. Bevan French was there at one stage. Jared Hayne came back at one stage. But I think that was like 2019, 2018 maybe. No, he was like 2017, No, he was at Titans still 2017. So 2018, 2019, I think Jared Hayne came back. It could have been Bevan French or it could have been... or it could have been Hayne, not too sure. So Eels here with the ball, 35 metres out here from the Bulldogs. Line set, restart for the Eels. Dasman says Hayne was on the wing when he came back. Well, there you go. Chronic says Bevan French was the fullback before. Well, there you go. So Bevan French. So Gutherson taken down. He's set restart here for the Eels. All right, well, let's just hand them a bloody try here. So 22 metres short here of the line. Gutherson with the ball. He's going to get it back to Reed Manu. He gets it back to Nathan Brown. Brown here underneath. Chopped him down. 15 metres short here. Second tackle. Second tackle here. Reed Manu gets out of the right side. Mitch Moses gets it down. Campbell Gillard, 8 minutes short here. If the Eels score here, gee whiz, the Dogs are not looking pretty, son. The Dogs are not looking pretty if they score here. Third tackle, Dylan Brown, underneath to Gutherson. Oh, he's going to get taken down. No, he's going to keep going here. Oh, that defense is bad. Oh, bro. Oh, my God, I'm in pain. I'm actually in pain. The Dogs, you are shithouse. Like, Dogs, you are shithouse. Like, that is bad, bro. What did I just watch? If anyone tells me the Eels are playing good in this game, you're drunk. The Dogs are literally just this bad. Oh my God. Look at this. Dylan Brown passed out to Gutherson. Gutherson, they just drop off. Katoa with Thompson. I can't even explain right now. I cannot even explain. Like Thompson, yet again lazy. Look at that defense from Thompson. Look at the defense from Thompson and look at the defense from Katoa. Thompson has given away 2 early tries here on the back of laziness. Number says, I'm used to this. I'm used to it too, but I've never been this angry. Like, I'm angry that this is this team. To give their fans some hope after the Sharks game last week, and then to come out with this horse shit in the first 23 minutes of this game, I tell you what, this is going to be one of these streams, guys, where I'm going to be having a crack the whole time, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be having a crack the whole time. So Moses here from the right-hand side, 14-0 to the Eels. Eric Duran says, let them play bad, mate. We're on the way to 21 or more. Oh, yeah, fair enough, mate. Eels should win by about 50 at this rate. But again, they haven't played good, Eels. Haven't played good. The Dogs have literally been that bad. It's actually frustrating. So 16-0 here to Parramatta, guys, with 17 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. And subscribe if you're new around here. Oh my God. Thompson, bro, so flat-footed. Katoa, so flat-footed too. At least Katoa actually held on to his man, though. Sport Action says Tigers will destroy the Bulldogs. I'm not going to disagree with you at this point, mate. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think the Tigers do beat the Dogs. Melbourne says Bulldogs been shit out since 2016. Yeah. I don't even remember them in 2015. Obviously, they made the grand final in 2014. Got pumped by the Rabbitohs. In the last 10 minutes, it was like a tied game until the last 10 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes, Rabbitohs just went bang, 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 bang. But like, yeah, they have been shit out since 2016. I don't know what they were like in 2015. Harrison Knight says, hello Harrison. Blow Block says the Eels can win by 50-0. You'd expect so, because this Dogs team should lose by 50-0 to every team at this rate. If you don't score 50 against the Dogs, then there's a problem with you. Robert Douglas says, I think an under-12 team could beat the Dogs. Fair enough at this point, but then again, the Sharks did lose last week. It just seems, I don't understand how the Sharks can lose this team at this rate. I didn't get to watch that game live, that Sharks-Dogs game live, but I just don't understand how a team can lose to this team at this point. Vataya Nirangi Goro says, coming up dinner, Lovo, bro, and 1 cup of kava. Oh, no for the kava. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the young honor. No, thank you. No, thank you for now, my man. I've had plenty of kava in my time. Cheers to the Parramatta Eels. I hope we meet again in Nandi, Fiji. Let's go, Siva. Yeah, get around. And toss over you, baby. Good on you, mate. So first tackle here for the Dogs, and they're going to be 20 minutes out from their own line. Melbourne says because Dogs actually played with heart that game. Yeah, fair enough, but the Dogs looking shock in this game. So second tackle here. Considering that this is usually a low-scoring game, this is, well, to be fair, it is only 16-0, like in regards to the total score of the game, I guess. Melmo says, but this whole team is so shit, literally nothing they've good. That's what I'm saying. There's no defense, there's no attack, there's no passion, there's no heart, there's no nothing. Like, there's nothing going right for the Dogs at all right now. There's not a single positive for this team that I could say, you know what, at least they are better than another team in this. I honestly think Titans are a top 5 team, potentially even a top 4 team in regards to their attack. But their defense is a bottom 2, bottom 3 team, right? That's what gets the Titans. But with the Dogs, they're a bottom 4 team, bottom 2 team in both aspects, defense and attack. It's just straight up. It's just how it is. Sport Action says Corey Thompson was a big injury. Thompson was a big injury, yeah, absolutely. Melmo, yeah, that's right. No, shit, literally. Just shit, literally. So second tackle here for the Eels. They're 45 metres out from their own line right now. And the Eels are going to get past the halfway point. A couple of Dogs players that come off here, and they've been showing them as if they're injured. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Melmo says they're the worst. They're the worst of both. Yeah, look, I wouldn't disagree in regards to defense. I think in attack, the Tigers are pretty up there. I think the Tigers and Dogs are pretty tied for worst attack in the business, but I think the defense, yeah, the Dogs probably lead it. Papali'i, offload to Gutherson, and he's going to score here. Oh, he lost the ball. Dogs can actually break away here through Kotrich. Kotrich, pass the ball if you want. No, don't want to pass the ball? Cool, mate. Yeah, no, you're all good, mate. You're all good. Do what you want, man. Do what you want. You guys are good. Blowbox says, who was the fullback for AJ Brimson? Jeez, I'm actually mind-blanking right now. I actually couldn't tell you right now. I can't think. Zillman was quite a few years ago. There was time before and after Zilly. Zilly, I think, left in like 2013, 2014, something like that. Who was our fullback? Was it... Oh, David Mead. No, he was wing. Was he fullback for us? No, he was wing for us. Kevin Gordon was wing. That was a long time ago. He retired because of the injuries. Michael Gordon. He was the one. He was there for a couple of years after he won the premiership with the Sharks in 2016. Or did he win with the premiership? No, he didn't win with the Sharks in 2016. Sorry, he went from... I think he came to the Titans in... I think he came into the Titans in 2016, didn't he? Michael Gordon. Melvin says, Gordon, the underrated machine. Yep, so it was Michael Gordon. I was right. RB Form Music says, no, Michael Gordon. Yeah, Michael Gordon. It must have, I think just before that, it was when like Mead was cracking around and Jared Hayne was 2016. So Jared Hayne was 2016 and 2017. So Gordon would have come to us in 2018, 2019. I think he retired at the end of 2019. Malaki says, did you know the Bulldogs are mongrel mobs? You said it, man. You said it. I didn't say it, but I've seen some very aggressive fans from the Dogs over the years at games. Tyron Roberts did play a few games there, R&B for Music. Tyron Roberts was there a couple of games. He was more so in the halves with Ash Taylor, but he did play a couple of games here and there. I wouldn't really say he was a consistent fullback, though. Michael Gordon was the fullback after Jared Hayne. So second tackle here, 40 metres out here from their own line. The Eels with the ball. Set restarts, 3 for the Eels and 1 for the Doggies. Jimmy Bill says Gordon in a bit of trouble at the moment. Yes, I heard about that. I did hear about that. I tried to get him on for a podcast, but... Unfortunately, he does have a bit of shit going on right now. Gutherson gets out of Papali'i, out left-hand side, taken down for tackle, 30 minutes out from the Doggies line. Doggies in a bit of strife right now still, At least they've stopped leaking the points as much as they did for that opening 20 minutes. Or 10 minutes, sorry. It was, 6-0 in the first 3 minutes, and then I think it was 10-0 in the first 10 minutes. So they've done well to kind of hold them out, but in the same sense, they are still absolutely... dog shit, and forgive the pun, but it's not really a pun, it's just what they are. Sport Talk says, what team do you reckon have the most hot-head fans? Hot-headed fans? It's a different question. I would say Broncos. I think if you're going to say aggressive fans, Dogs. But Broncos are up there. They're definitely up there, yeah. Manly are pretty easy going, but they can be very abrasive. Blowbox says, Kotrich is a strong player if he's not good then. I don't have no idea what you're saying. So 11.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That's going to be a penalty to the Doggies here. Wowee. YT, YouTube Shadow Ryan says, hi mate, nice to meet you. Good on you, man. Who are you going for in this game? So 11 minutes 20 to go. By the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, we're on our way to 10,000 right now, which is a big milestone for me. So I would really appreciate if you could subscribe if you're new around here, and obviously smack that thumbs up button as well. And when we upload our next video, not stream, but our next video on Monday, just comment how long you've been following the channel and who your team is, and you have a chance to win a brand new NRL jersey that I will be gifting to you next week. Clumsy offenses, Panthers. Yeah, good win for the Panthers. Well, yes and no. Like, they won, but they were still shaky. They've won 8 in a row this year, but they're still shaky. There's still a chance that a team like the Storm could beat them, or the team, like, I know they beat them already, but the Storm should have won, but Olam just didn't know how to pass. But in the same sense, they didn't win, so fair enough. And the Rabbitohs could give them a scare too. So, that's an obviously... Adam Elliott, you actually blow my mind, bro. Adam Elliott, you blow my mind. You absolute moron. I'm actually mind blown. I am mind blown. Noah Iwas says, you may not agree with this, but Preston Campbell is the best fullback of Titans history. Why would I not agree with that? Preston Campbell is absolutely the best fullback of Titans history. He's top 3 best players that have ever played with the Titans. What do you mean? Like, we have a Preston Campbell stand at Seabus. No one else stand. Just a Preston Campbell stand. Clumsy offense. I live in Townsville, so Cowboys are my only option. I'm sorry, man. I'm from the Gold Coast. Titans are my only option, so I'm sorry to myself. Fitz tackled here, and Dylan Brown's going to have he's going to kick this one away. 10 minutes to go of the game. Smackarooner the thumbs up button. And that's going to be an easy take here by Tenny Zalesniak. And, oh my God, I'm actually in shock. Like, I'm in shock at the Dogs here, lads. Lads, I'm in shock from the Dogs here, lads. Like, how are you this bad, man? Like, how are you this bad? How are you this bad? They're going to challenge this, but are they saying strip? But it's a one-on-one anyway, I think. So it would be a successful challenge, but it's not going to do anything. I'm pretty certain it goes backwards, so I think that's fine, but I'm just baffled at how bad a team can be. And I watched my team play last night. So that's going backwards. Oh, he does knock that ball on there, the Eels. I think that goes backwards here. So this is actually a knock-on for... Oh, no. Does it go forward, though? Okay, so it is going to be classed as a knock-on there for the Dogs. Fair enough, to be honest with you. It was very difficult to read if that went forward or not, but I get why you'd say yes. Clumsy FN says, Titans are going good, but losing the Broncos must be sad. Yeah, especially when you're streaming for 2 hours, which is getting constant abuse, where you have to, maintain professionalism and composure, not to ruin your reputation. It's very difficult. But, it's all a bit fun. There'll be tough times like that, and there'll be very good times too, my man. Ben Tree says, was going to say, bro, not a Penrith fan, but they've beaten the Storm already. Don't get how people say they should have won, like Penrith are 8 in a row for a reason. You're absolutely spot on. They're like 25, 26 in a row in the regular season as well. However, Justin Olam passes that ball at the end of the game and they win the game. But he didn't. It's selfish. And fair enough, he didn't. That's not on the Panthers. That's on the Storm. But they should have won based on if they have a competent centre out there. And he's a great centre, don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is, realistically, they should have won based on the Panthers' defense in that last moments, but they didn't, so fair enough. But I do think you go again, Storm down in Melbourne or wherever they play them again, I do think Storm maybe get them. But the Panthers are the best team in the comp. I predicted them pre-season competition winners when everyone was saying missing top 4 because everyone knows how they play now, which was just ridiculous. So, I still believe in them. I still have them as my favourites to win the comp. But what I'm saying is that they do still look shaky. So Gutherson here with the ball, 10 metres out, and they're going to get taken down third. Second tackle. Oh, he's still going because this defence is... He's been slapped. Oh, he's been slapped. Sean Lane has just been slapped. That is one of the biggest hits you'll see. That is one of the biggest hits you will see. That is a huge hit, bro. That is a huge hit. That is a huge hit. I'm actually going to probably be told to quiet down because I was quite loud just then. That was... That is a massive hit. RB4 Music says, can you say Siamanufung I don't think that's correctly pronounced, but I gave a good shot. Rayan says, can I get a hoya? Hoya! So 8 minutes to go here of the game. It is 16-0 to the Parramatta Eels. And we've just seen an absolute hoya of a hit, son. My goodness me. Melmo said, who hit him? I can't remember. I wasn't focusing. I was too busy saying hoya. But it was a very good hit nonetheless. Liam Duran says, Panthers. What about him? He said something. Oh, why would the Storm win against the Panthers, but Storm lost to the Eels, though? You're not understanding what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying in regards to that, then just move on because I explained it quite in depth. But that also doesn't really make sense at all, that comment. Oh, that's a good defensive move there from the Eels. That's a good defensive move there from the Eels, and it is actually baffling how bad the Dogs are. Like, it really is. It just is poor. YouTube chatter Ryan says, love your streams. Appreciate you, my dude. We're here pretty much every single bloody day doing all different games. So we just finished off doing that Panthers game. Oh, big kick here from the Dogs. That's a good kick too because they weren't ready for it, the Eels. And Sivo is going to pick this ball up inside his own half, and he's going to run this ball back here as a winger from the dropout. Epi KHT says, Liam Duran, Para beat the Storm because Para are a very good side. Disagree. Yes and no. Disagree. Para beat the Storm in horrific torrential conditions. I think the Storm win on regular conditions, but in the same sense, can't go based on that. But I don't think Eels are a very good side. I think they're a good side. They're above the majority of the teams, but they're also not at the Storm, Panthers, and Rabbitohs level. Hold on one second here, Gutson. I'll explain that in a second. Yes, they beat them, but you give them a dry track, which is 99% of games, and I think the Storm outrun them. But anyway, third tackle here for the Eels, 15 minutes out. That's my opinion anyway. Left-hand side, and the Storm still nearly did win that game, but what are you doing, bro? See a fun guy. What am I doing? This game is equivalent to Bulldogs and Broncos at this point. The amount of errors we're seeing is similar to Bulldogs and Broncos at this point. Benjamin the 10 says, what do you think the score will be at half-time? Probably 16-0, mate, because both these teams are absolutely shit-house right now. Oh, my God, Sean Lane slapped. I can't believe that hit. That was a great hit, mate. That was a fantastic hit there. My goodness. Eric's any chance of an Eels try for half-time? Well, there was a close chance just now. There was a chance just now, but they just lost it. See a Manafungai just dropped the ball. Melbourne's another shit game. It is a shit game, yeah. R&B for music says, bit impatient for the Eels, to be honest. I actually find the Panthers, their biggest weakness is they push too much, and they're a bit impatient. They feel like they should be scoring every single time they touch the ball. So you'll find that if you watch their games a lot, and I watch every game, right? You guys know this. I'm always streaming, talking to you guys. But if you watch their games, they actually push way too much. Like, they really do push way too much in regards to just trying to get the try from 80 metres out when they can just slow it down and, still get a good play on the fourth or fifth tackle, but you don't need to do it on the second tackle. You don't need to be kicking on the second tackle or doing a little chip and chase on first, which is what the Panthers actually do. R&B4 Music says, Panthers do it better than the Eels, same as the Roosters. Yes, I would agree. Jane Robertson said, if the grand final was played today with Storm Panthers at full strength, Storm wins. Yeah, I disagree. That's a tough game to predict. I don't know. I'd probably lean with the Panthers, but Storm are probably the safest bet in my opinion. So 4.5 minutes to go here of the first half, and it's 16-0 to Parramatta. Blake Ferguson rolls his ball back here, and it's going to be the Eels coming away from their own 30-metre line, about 35 metres out from their own line. Good luck with that one, Barry. Clumsy says, this man's a bloody legend. Appreciate you, my dude. Noah says, Nets or Lakers, rugby league. W says, sport reactions, you're calling Eels bad, but they beat you. Yeah, no, Storm fans shouldn't be talking about another team being bad if they beat you. But then again, Titans, Broncos are bad, and they beat us last night, but then again, we beat them earlier in the season, so it's 1-1. So fourth tackle here, Reed Marnie gets it off to Paulo, and Paulo gets taken down there, 35 metres out from the Doggies line. Jason says, do you bet? Yeah, time, mate. Gutherson outside. Intercept away here. The Doggies are away here. Kotrich with a great intercept there and a good tackle there by Mitchie Moses. But Kotrich gets that ball away and out to the right-hand side here. Left-hand side again. They're actually a chance here for a try here, the Dogs. They're a chance here for the try. Goes out to the left-hand side here. Chance here for a try. They get it out to the wing and they slow it down too much, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they slow it down too much and they've lost their attack. Melbourne says, Kotrich too below slow. Yes and no. I just think, Nathan Brown's a big injury if he goes off here for the Eels. I think that Kotrich was always getting caught there. I think Mitch Moses had too much of a lead there. Melbourne says, come on. Noah says, BK, I've been in New Zealand when I was very, very young. Jimmy Bill says, you hear Barry can't be that bad. No, it's not. It's just a troll, obviously. But it is what it is, man. If you think that's going to get at me, like, jeez, you should have been here for last night's stream. Thomas says, who scored first try? It was not Micah Sivo. It was Gutherson with a really ridiculously easy try. Now, see, Mitch Moses had the jump on that. You can't blame Kotrich there. Mitch Moses had the jump and he had the angle too. But Nathan Brown's done something bad here. I really hope this isn't an ACL. Oof, that's bad because if you're just dropping like that, like a fly, then that honestly is like a potential bad injury to like an ACL. And I pray to God, man, touch wood, there's a tear somewhere and he knows it too. Shit, he knows it. Damn it, man. Dylan Blackie says, Sport Reaction, 2 points could count though. And yeah, 2 points count though. And what key players does Storm have? Guys, do you remember, Sport Reaction is a bit of a troll. He's a good commenter on the streams and fantastic commenter on the streams. Always here every stream. But he also does troll. So do understand that he is going to try and get at you. Nathan Brown definitely looks done here, unfortunately. Jimmy Bill says, Brown is tough though, so can't be good. Yeah, man, he is tough, but he's done here, unfortunately. He's limping off really poorly, and yeah, he's going to go to the sideline. That sucks, man. Nathan Brown's been my biggest impressor from the Eels this year for me. I didn't actually rate him that highly in my preseason tier list rankings that we did on the channel, but Nathan Brown for me has been one of the better locks of the season so far. Jamie Dunning says, love your commentary. Go Para. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for tuning in. We're here all the time, man. We will be doing the Swans versus Geelong game after this for the AFL, but we will be doing the NRL games tomorrow. Noah says, do we still have the ball? Yes, you do still have the ball. Geez, the comments just went really quick just then. Duffy says, the Panthers are trash because we nearly lost to the Broncos when they played the best they have all year. Yeah, they definitely played better in that game they did last night, in my opinion. I just think the Titans were literally that bad defensively. YouTube channel Ryan says, do you like the Storm? I'm a Titans fan. Clumsy FN says, who do you think will be in the grand final? I think Panthers and Rabbits. So do I. So Brown will come off here. It took him a while to get off, unfortunately, but he has just come off now. So the Dogs will have the ball. Second tackle, 40 metres out here from the Eels line. Rayan says, go Barra. Dylan Blackie says, Papali'i has been their best forward, in my opinion. Papali'i has been a very, very, very good introduction to the team this year. But Nathan Brown will always be underrated because of the style of play he is. He's a hard nut grind of a player, and that's not really what the game is nowadays. It's not really what the game is nowadays whatsoever. So, unfortunately, he'll never get the credit he really deserves. But then you get Papali'i, who plays like a nowadays kind of forward, like a David Fafita, but different. But David Fafita, but different, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, it has phased away from Nathan Brown, and yeah, he's still playing so fantastic. So, fit tackle here for the Doggies. They're about 35 metres out here from the Eels line. Sorry, 25 metres out from the Eels line. Left-hand side here. Gets it back to Flanagan. Out to the left-hand side here underneath. And taken down. Fit tackle. Why? On bloody damn well earth, you're not kicking that ball there, Dogs. Sport actually says, Storm didn't have Paps and Panthers didn't have Cleary, so you can't judge that game. I love how you've forgotten to mention 2 other players, Sport Reactions. Would you like to do the right thing and mention the other players that were out for that game? Or no? You don't want to mention that Apicota Sal wasn't playing? You don't want to mention that Dylan Edwards wasn't there for the whole second half? I don't know. That's a bit dodgy there. It's a bit dodgy that you're not giving the full body account there for the injuries. Oh, that's close to a high tackle there. So third tackle here with the Eels, 40 metres out from their own line here. YouTube Shadow Ryan says, I used to go for the Bulldogs. You used to go for the Bulldogs, now you're a Storm fan, you're a bandwagoner. So fourth tackle here, and they're at the halfway point. Benjamin Tan says Bulldogs are in big trouble. They are, but they're also not as much trouble as you would think because the Eels aren't that good. But they're going to kick this ball, and it's going to go out 15 metres out here from their own line for the Dogs, but they will get the ball. Dylan Blackie says, yeah, because Paps is more important than Cleary, isn't he? I personally believe that in today's game, your hooker is your most important part compared to your halves and your fullback. I think your fullback is actually the weakest position nowadays compared to what we've used to believe with the fullback being the most important position in the spine. I think that with the game, obviously you need to be fast around the ruck. You need to be able to get off the blocks quickly. You need to be able to go. You need to know where to go quickly. I think that your hooker is obviously your perfect position for that. I would say next up is probably your halfback to really steady the ship and get the control going. 5'8" next and then fullback because that's just the safety net at the back who can get some fast plays, but realistically, everyone's fast in today's game in every position. Centre, front row forward, even realistically. Your second rows are big. Viliami kick out, David Fafita, those kind of guys. Papali'i's fantastic. Oh, that's going to be a knock-on from the Eels. That'll be a knock-on from the Eels there. You know what I'm saying? So I think the fullback has dropped back. It's still, obviously, they're the most flashy player, and you're going to see the biggest kind of moments from them, but they're not the most integral part to a team. So if I'm going to say who's more important, Cleary or Pappenhausen, I'm going to go Cleary based on his position. If I'm going to say Apicota Sal or Pappenhausen, I'm going to take Apicota Sal based on his position. However, if Jerome Luai is out, I would personally say player to player. I would say Cleary probably gets the job done without Luai because they've got very similar players to Luai in the team. So I'd say Pappenhausen on a player to player basis, but I guess you could actually put the 5'8" as the second. As the last, or fullback as second last. But, it's all down to interpretation and how your opinion is. Melmo says, despite the score, the Eels have been absolutely shithouse here. Absolutely goddamn lutely. People never listen to me when I say this. The Eels aren't a good team. They're a good team. Sorry, they're a good team. But they're not a great team. They're not in the same conversation with Storm, Rabbits, and Panthers. One win in one game doesn't make them better overall. So Dogs here, and also, mind you, shocking conditions. So third tackle here for the Dogs, and they're going to finally get an attack and set, but it's going to be 10 seconds to go here the first half. Fourth tackle here for the Dogs, you may as well go for a field goal at this point. Go for a 2-point field goal. Make it a 14-point game. So fourth tackle here, right-hand side. This is their last play. Oh, chance here. Chance here for the Dogs. Cottridge. And that, my friends, is a good tackle, actually, from the Dogs. And that will be the end of the first half. So 16-0. It will finish up here for halftime. And unfortunately, the Dogs do get held to nil again. However, Eels weren't that great. But guys, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get 7 more thumbs up to hit 50. And obviously, subscribe if you're around here right now. Way of 10,000. Let's go. But let me know your thoughts in the chat about what the game is so far. Paddy Man says, man, if this makes you any better, I went for Titans to win over the Broncos in my tipping. Seriously. I am a Titans fan, and that makes me not feel better at all because I feel like shithouse after yesterday. How about that one? Nah, I'm all right now. I'm a pretty realistic fan, man. Like, I still believe that they're a top 8 team, but if they lose to the Tigers, then I'll start to be like, okay, wait a second. Wait a second. But that was just a game that hopefully wakes them up. The way I think about the Titans, the way I say about the Titans. By the way, guys, come on, let's get to 50 likes right now. 4 likes away. We've got 83 people here right now. I know we can get 4 more likes. I'm looking right at you in the eyes. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. But in regards to Titans, the Manly game after the Knights win, Manly game was a ambush from Manly with Tommy Trbojevic in his first game back in Mudgee, a small town place. Weren't expecting it, right? You can make excuses. Not really, but you can make excuses. The second game against the Rabbitohs had a very good first half, fell apart the second half, but the second best team in the comp, you can make excuses because of how good they are. Thank you very much, Sam Dragonslave, for subscribing. But then you get to the Broncos game, and that should be the wake-up call. That has to be the wake-up call. If it's not the wake-up call, Titans miss the 8 this year and probably finish around 11th. But if that's the way, that should be the wake-up call. They should beat the Tigers, and they should beat the Tigers well down in Campbelltown. I will vlog that game. I'll be at that game. But for me, last night's not the killer blow at all. I don't think last night's killer blow at all. And I still think the Broncos are dog shit. But they beat us in a game that we're in a bad run of form right now. And I think that next game against the Tigers is the telling point about whether the Titans are a team that can be that top 8. They're not doing anything this season. No one outside. Guys, for the love of God, there is no team outside of the Panthers, the Rabbitohs, the Storm, potentially the Eels, and potentially the Roosters. They're the only 5 teams that you can even utter in grand final speeches, and not even really the Eels and Roosters. You can only really talk about Storm, Panthers, and Rabbitohs. Everybody else is shithouse. I'm not going to lie to you. Warriors are shithouse. Titans, relatively shithouse. Broncos, shithouse. Dragons, they're shithouse. Tigers, don't even start me on how shithouse they are. Don't even start me on how shithouse the Tigers are. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone else is just out of it. So, for me, anyone from 6th through... Because 6th is usually a pretty good position. 6th is still... Top 6 is a good position. But 6th place this year means nothing to me, really. 6th place means nothing. Even 4th place doesn't really mean nothing to me. I think this year is just a really shit year overall. Moy says, Adam Reynolds has a thumb injury. It might be out 4 to 6 weeks. Ooh, that's a big one because, unfortunately, that means he won't be playing in that game against the Panthers at Dubbo at the end of next month. Ooh, that sucks, that one. R&B4 Music says, Raiders are shithouse too. Yeah, they are right now. They are. Jimmy Bill says, Knights, Titans, Raiders, Dragons, Manly will fight for top 8. You'll forget Sharks too. So I know you don't want to say the Sharks, but they are too. So Knights, Titans, and Knights are very debatable, but everyone's debatable. So Knights, Titans, Warriors, Dragons-ish, Manly, don't succumb to their early season form and think, okay, yeah, they're a good team. They're the Dragons. So Knights, Titans, Manly, Dragons, Warriors, Sharks. I guess Cowboys, but not really. Am I missing anybody? If I am missing anybody, I'm forgetting about you, and that's not a good sign. YouTube Shadow Ryan says, who's your favourite player in the Storm? Favourite player to watch in the Storm would have to be Puppy. You know, Pappenhausen's my favourite player to watch in the NRL right now. He just simply is. Jacob Tromansky says, who you go for? I'm a Titans fan, my man, but we stream obviously everything here. So we were there last night getting slapped up. Ashton Allen says, I'm a Sharks fan, they're shit. I'm a Titans fan, they're shit. And Warriors fans, if you don't think your team's shit, you're wrong. Shit. Everyone who's not in that top 4, 5, shit. Sorry. Not sorry, but sorry. Reese Summerlin says Warriors will win versus the Panthers in the final. You're an idiot. Margalia says, I wonder what's the matter with Raiders. Hope they make it to the final. I think the problem with the Raiders is that their window closed. I said this last year, said this the year before. After that 2019, it's very difficult to come back from getting to the grand final, looking fantastic, I personally believe the Roosters were the better team in that grand final. People disagree. Some people think Raiders, but then again, that could be swayed by the fact that they obviously, it could be swayed by the fact that the Raiders got dudded, so people want to believe the Raiders were better. But I personally believe the Roosters were still a little bit better than them. But coming back from that, it's always going to be difficult. They don't have Aiden Caesar. You know, they got George Williams, but George Williams isn't really, like, he's great, but he's also not great. The Raiders, they don't really have an identity at the moment for me. I think the Raiders are really struggling to form their identity again. They've got a good history, don't get me wrong, but I don't really think they have a crucial, I guess, aesthetic from when you look at it. They don't really have a solid defense. Their attack isn't really that great. There's just no identity there for me, in my opinion. So let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on that. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion personally. I do watch every single game, but then again, that doesn't mean shit. That just means I have an opinion from watching all the games. Jimmy Bill says, yep, Raiders on the slide. Absolutely. Maybe not on the slide as much as, like, bottom four worthy, but, like, they're on the slide to, like, where they are, 6th through 12. I don't think 12 is what will happen. I think the Raiders, the furthest they could slide this year is 10th, in my opinion. But the furthest they could slide is 10th. In the same sense, that's still quite low for them. But I also said the Rays would come 5th, and that was a overestimate. Like, I said in my preseason prediction that Rays would come 5th, and people were like, "Oh, you're an idiot! Like, you're crazy. Why the Rays are the top 4 team? Like, are you stupid? Like, why would you do that?" And my top 4 was, this was before the Roosters injuries, mind you, but I had Panthers, Rabbitohs, Storm, and then the Roosters. And the Roosters and the Rays were I was swapping around, and the Eels was 6th. And the Eels, realistically, with full strength squads around the place and Rays playing like they did, probably are 6th. To be fair, yeah, they're better than everybody else. They're better than everybody else, so I'll say that. As in, like, the other shithouse teams, mid-teams. Please don't spam YouTube chat, Ryan. Please just kind of use 1 or 2 comments, man, not like 400 different comments. Noah says, fun fact, Cameron Smith attended Marsden State High School. Cool, man. Mr. Snipes is just joking. What did he say? I have a question. Did Titans lose or did Broncos win? Titans lost. Absolutely goddamn. Broncos didn't look that good. Titans just looked that bad in defense. Titans are a top 4 team in attack, but they're a bottom 2 team in defense, or bottom 3 team in defense, unfortunately. Titans had a very good attack against the Rabbitohs. Titans had a very good attack against the Broncos. Titans had a very good attack against the, not against Manly, but against the Knights, against the Cowboys, against the Broncos, the earlier game, the first game. But their defense is bottom 3. So unfortunately, that's what really brings them down. And that's why it evens out. That's why it's going to even out long-term season-wise. So yeah. But the Tigers have a bad attack and a decent defense, but the Titans have a bad defense and a really good attack. So that's why I think the Titans should beat the Tigers, but you can't guarantee anything, to be honest with you. Clumsy FN says Valentine Holmes went to Annandale State School in Townsville, the primary school I went to. Good on you, man. Good stuff. Let's see if we get to 60 likes before the halftime finishes, guys. Let's get 7 more thumbs up if you haven't already. Melmo says, Peter Wiggle got more chance of slamming Jennifer Lopez every day than Doggies winning. Absolutely. Can I, buddy, jump in on that? Can I jump in on that? Jennifer Lopez is not bad. Blowlock says, I'm hoping Doggies come back. I feel bad for them losing a long time. Good luck, mate. Good luck, mate. Para Amesy says, Eels for life. Well, good on you, man. There wasn't many Eels for life back in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2000 and ever. So it's good to see the Eels fans get back and at them, but I'll never forgive Eels fans for disappearing completely through the 2010s. And realistically, they were there 2009 when Jared Hayne drove them to the grand final, but outside of that, Eels fans are they're probably the most hot and cold fans in the competition. Mysterious Access Tigers for life. Well, good luck tomorrow, man. You're going to need it because the Tigers are looking pretty average this year. Hi says, BK, do you think Eels can win the premiership? No, I don't think this playing group can do it. I think that they've got a playing group to compete, but I don't think they have a playing group to win. There is a difference between competing and winning. And I know that sounds obvious, but there is just a blatantly huge difference between the two. Noah Iowasa says, which school produces the most NRL players? PBC, Marsden, or Canberra? I'd probably say Canberra. PBC, Palm Beach Crummer does have a decent amount of players, but I'm pretty certain that Canberra has the most. Godzilla says, go, Para for life. Peter Wiggle says, I think the Bulldogs will win. Well, I think you need to have a few more drinks, my man. I think you need to have a few more drinks. Or maybe cut off the drinks, sorry, because you're getting a bit crazy there. Godzilla says, who do you think will win, Para or the Bulldogs? Mate, the Parramatta Eels are up 16-0 right now. Do you really think the Bulldogs are going to come back in? Quartet's fan says, I don't like the Eels, but my dad supports the Bulldogs, so I like how this is going. Jeez, you don't like your dad, do you? You don't like your dad, do you? My dad's a Manly fan. I don't mind Manly because of it, but in the same sense, it's Manly. Moy says, Reynolds and Latrell out against the Storm next week. What do you think on this? Yeah, that's tough. I have to go for the Storm now. I would have taken the Rabbitohs to win that game, but because Reynolds is now out, I still would have taken the Rabbitohs to beat them with no Latrell, but no Latrell and no Reynolds. I don't think Pappenhausen's playing for the Storm, though, so it still makes it interesting. But yeah, I believe I'll probably take the Storm, but I'll probably put a tipping post out this week, guys. I'll probably put a tipping post out on Tuesday or maybe even Monday for next week's games. I think Tuesday, so I can at least look at the games, look at the teams. Havoc Gaming says 16-0 means shit. Yes, you are spot on. I'm a Titans fan. I watched as the Titans were up 22-0 in the first 15 minutes and lost last night. However, this is a better team than the Titans. Like, this is not this like, and also this is the Dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't like a team that it could be like, oh yeah, maybe, there's a chance. There is a chance, but the Dogs, dog shit, bro. The Dogs are shithouse. They got a long way to go before me thinking that they could come back from a 16-0 deficit against at least a top 5 team. Dylan Blakey says, do you think DCE to the Bunnies is just fake news? Not necessarily, no. I think that there's a merry-go-round in regards to the halves right now. I think there's a massive merry-go-round, and I think we're all going to see a really massive switch of the halves in the next couple of years. Well, this off-season. Ash Taylor probably doesn't play at half next year for the Titans, in my personal opinion. Jamal Fogarty may not even get cracked, but at the same time, he probably stays. You don't even know who the halves are at the Broncos. If you think Tyson Gamble's only good because of one game, like, please give me a break. Guy's a piece of shit too. Dearden goes to the Cowboys. Reynolds goes probably to the Sharks. Sean Johnson, I believe, stays at the Sharks, but then again, could go to the Broncos, could go anywhere else, Manly will stick with Cherry Evans. Do they stick with Foran? Not too sure. Probably, though. The Dogs, they're just shithouse halves. Raiders, I don't even know what's going on with them. Storm will stick with theirs, but everyone's just got a big merry-go-round. And mind you, Miss Moses might not even be at the Eels next year, so it's all over the shop. Ryan says, who do you go for? I'm a Titans fan, man. I'm from the Gold Coast. YouTube chatter Ryan says, I go to Keeper Park High School. I'm in year 7. Well, then you don't go to Keeper Park High School because you're in year 7. So you don't go to Keeper Park High School. Sammy says, was David Feeder playing last night? I didn't notice. In the second half, he did, but unfortunately, it was a little bit too late. But if you're a Broncos fan, you didn't notice it in the first game, when we won. So, mind you, Broncos fans, I understand you're feeling good because you won a game, the first team outside of the Dogs that you've beaten for 400 days. But mind you, it is 1-1, right? So the Titans beat the Broncos already this season and beat them well. The Broncos won last night, cool, so that makes it 1-1. And the Titans are still above them. They're in 7th place, the Dogs in so the Broncos in 14th, right? So it's like, it's cool, I get it. But, like, you need to have a bit of, a reality check. Like, last night was good. Like, yeah, of course, ravaged me last night. And I did get ravaged. But today, it's like, let's bring it back down to earth a little bit, Broncos fans. You're still in a bit of a shit-house situation. Jack Ryan says, where does Nico Hines go if he leaves Melbourne? Interesting call, because like I say this every stream, every team has a good fullback. Every team straight up has a good fullback. Except Jermaine Asako even had a good game last night for the Broncos. But Brimo is a great fullback. Did not have the greatest year, though. Ponga, good fullback for the Knights. Brimo for the Titans. Reece Walsh probably for the Warriors next year because Tuatashek goes to the Blues in New Zealand for the Rugby Union. Cowboys have Val Holmes or whoever goes to the fullback. But then again, if Val Holmes is a wing, he's not even that good of a fullback. So I'm not even too sure who their fullback is. Roosters Tedesco, Rabbitohs Latrell, Panthers Edwards, who's better than average. Chancellor Clockster for the Raiders. Pappenhausen for the Storm. Everyone's got a good fullback. So I guess if you're going to go anywhere for Nico Hines, you'd be looking at someone like maybe the Tigers. If you want to get, Dane Laurie's there. Jeez, I don't know. Eels have got Gutho. Manly got Trebojevic. Dragons, they're looking to get rid of Dufty, but then where's Dufty go? There's Dufty that's going to be going somewhere, but then again, there's also Nico Hines that wants to get a regular first grade spot. Not that I think that Nico Hines is really that great. I think he's very similar-ish to Dylan Edwards, but I'd still possibly take Edwards over Hines. But it's tough, man. It's tough to see where people get in at the moment. JDMC says, do you think Josh Addo-Carr plays fullback at the Bulldogs next year? You'd assume so, because Corey Allen was shithouse when he was there, and realistically, the Dogs don't have a fullback right now. So you'd assume so, yeah. But in the same sense, is he going to be a good fullback? He's a good winger, great winger. But that's based on his pace too. You're going to remember that. Like the reason why Addo-Carr's so good is because of his pace. I think fullback is good, but in the same sense, you're expected to do a lot more, and a lot of the flashy stuff that he does on the wing has to be changed to a flashy stuff for a fullback. I'm not too sure if it works out the same, but, that's just my opinion. But he's a good player, no matter what. Jimmy Bill says Broncos still suck. Don't forget their first 20 minutes last night. Absolutely. Absolutely. And realistically, the Broncos didn't play well for the entire 80. They just absolutely got home against a shockingly bad defensively team in the Titans. Shockingly bad Titans defense. So it's like, yeah, cool, they won. But reality check, last night was the night to talk shit. Now's not really the time to talk shit because now's the time you start to realise, wait a second. Wait a second. We still gave up 22 points in 15 minutes. We're still in the bottom 3. We're still the current wooden spooners. And, you know, we're still behind pretty much everyone. So it's like, if you do it next week against whoever you play, cool. But, like, you've had your fun. Now it's time to get back to reality until next week. JDMC says, spot on about Josh Adokar. Want to see him have a go, though? Yeah, absolutely. So the second half is about to get started, guys. Just waiting here for the kickoff. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Lego. We're on 61 likes. Let's see if we get to 80 likes on this stream. 80 likes. Godzilla says, go Para. Good on you, man. YouTube chatter Ryan says, I'm in the Rugby Academy for keeper, and Benji Marshall went to keeper. From the Gold Coast, I'm very well aware of Benji Marshall going to keeper. But you said you were in year 7, mate. So you're not at keeper high school. Jack Ryan says, who are your forwards for the New South Wales team? I'll do a video about all that. I'll do a video where we chuck out all our, team predictions for the Origin, all that type of stuff. But here we go, guys. The Dogs will kick off here for the second half. And considering how quickly the Dogs went behind, it's actually quite low scoring compared to what we were expecting from when the Eels went up like 10-0 in the first 10 minutes. But yeah. See how this one goes. Let me just see in the chat, guys, what your thoughts are of this game. Do you think the Eels just pummel it away, or do you think the Dogs will keep it relatively low scoring but still lose? Or do you think that they'll come back? Dylan Blackie said, it's good to see Titans playing decent as a Para fan. I know what it's like to be in spoon position. I know. You guys, no offense, but you cheated for 3 spoons. Like, literally, we're over the salary cap for 3 spoons in a row. Literally less than 10 years ago. 6, 7 years ago. But no, I understand. That's why when Parramatta fans say, oh, I feel so bad because my team's shit, I'm like, yeah, no, fair enough. Or Warriors fans, they compare the Titans. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. But then when you hear Roosters fans like, oh, man, woe is me. Woe is me, we lost 2 games in a row. It's like, man, losing 2 games in a row? Shit, that's like every single week for us. Oh, and the Eels are going to score a try. Yep. And the Eels are going to score a try. There we go. Yep. So, a minute into the second half, it's 20-0 to Parramatta, and it's about to hit 22-0, and, yeah. YouTube chatter, Ryan, I'm not going to lie to you, man, no one cares about Keeper Park High School. I don't know why you're still commenting about Keeper Park High School. No one cares. We spoke about it. It was a quick little snippet. Don't understand why you're still talking about it. Mr. Snipe says, do you think Sharks go all the way this year? Next year? Next year? If they have Reynolds and Sean Johnson, absolutely, goddamn do I think they have a team that can be a premiership contending team. Their defense isn't as bad as what they've been leaking recently. Their attack is very damn well good with Sean Johnson and Adam Reynolds. But that's obviously if they keep Sean Johnson and if they get Adam Reynolds. Sport Actors, Bryce Carter is so good this game and last week. I haven't really been noticing, but then again, I've been kind of chatting with you guys and stuff like that. But Bryce has been good-ish this year, yeah. Melvin says, just ignoring the forward pass. I think it was pretty flat. But it was tight. But in the same sense, we just saw in the Panthers Manly game, a forward pass was called from the bunker, which isn't allowed to happen. So, anything can happen. Mitchell Moses here with the kick too. Remember, guys, the Eels scored very quickly in the first half. So, and then it ended up being a very low-scoring first half. So, Eric Duran says, woohoo, 21 or more, baby. Well, yeah, it's not over yet, though. But you should... I don't know why you would nervous at any stage, bro. I don't know why you would nervous at any stage. Eric Duran, that's right. Para says, yes. Jimmy Bill says, Eels 50+. Jack Ryan says, I'm a Para fan, but I don't think Mitch Moses is a premiership winning half. Absolutely, mate. You're spot on, mate. You're spot on. You were spot on. That's why when Andrew Johns is literally begging Mitch Moses to stay at Para, it's like, dude, why? Why are you so desperate for him to stay at Para? 1, you weren't from Parramatta. 2, are you even a Parramatta fan? And 3, why are you begging Mitch Moses to stay there? VT Shadowrun says, if you did go for the Titans, you go for Sharks with my mum. Or probably the Broncos, because I was from Brisbane before. I grew up in Brisbane from when I was 2 weeks old until I was 13, and then we moved to the Gold Coast. And then I got actively involved in the Legion, the Frontline, the official supporter club of the Gold Coast Titans. Well, the only supporter club of the Gold Coast Titans. Everything else is shithouse. But yeah, I got really involved in that, became a Titans fan, but I would have probably been a Broncos fan, but thank God I didn't, because they haven't won shithouse since the Titans have been in the comp. Broncos haven't won shit. They won shit. So 4th tackle, except for a spoon. They did win a spoon. They are currently the holders of that. So 5th tackle here for the Eels, 40 minutes out from the line. Oh, and sorry, 1 game last night. Congratulations, lads. So 5th tackle here for the Eels, 45 minutes out here from the Dogs line. Boots that little bad boy up. Up it goes, and easy take there for the Doggies. The Chief says, Titans aren't that bad, bro. Just look at my Dogs. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but this Dogs team has looked really poor this year. But then again, do not forget that Titans were wooden spoons 2 years ago and Titans were wooden spoons in 2011. So I know what bad's like. So I know how you're feeling, my dude. I know how you feel. So 3rd tackle here. Jack Ryan says, opinion of Nathan Brown. I think he's fantastic. I think he's very underrated. Very underrated. I underrated him pre-season. I underrated him, but he has gone off now. Unfortunately, with an injury, Melmo says at least we will win something this year. The Tigers will give you a good run for it, mate. Don't be guaranteed to be winning that spoon just yet, my friend. Don't be guaranteed to be winning that spoon just yet, good old champion, eh? The Tigers will give you a nice little run. Broncos will still give it a run, but they're still better than the Dogs and also everybody and the Tigers. Jamie Robertson says, I don't think he will, but if Fainu gets off his charge in July, Manly will be a new team. Fainu's not unreal, though. Like, Fainu's good, but it's not unreal. But I guess, yes, you're right. But Manly aren't going to be winning the comp by any means, even with Fainu, if that's what you're alluding to. Para Ainsey says, BKR, Roosters or Knights? I'm taking the Knights, but it's a very hard game to predict that one. But I'll be streaming the Geelong versus Swannies game, because I'm a Geelong fan, obviously. Dylan Blakey said, I don't think Titans will get the spoon. Don't even know where you got that comment from, because no one thinks the Titans will get the spoon. And if they do, they're just stupid. So 4th tackle here, Reid Marnie, left-hand side. Paulo goes out to the left-hand side. Mitch Moses, Gutherson here. Good tackle, actually. He tried to look for the offload there, but unfortunately couldn't get it through. So Gutho with the ball here, 15 metres out from the Dogs line, right-hand side. Gives up to Moses. Moses here, kicks it through. And, oh, wow, good one-handed pick-up there. Good one-handed pick-up there by Manny. And that's an obvious tackle, Manny. Go back down there, please. JDMC says, I heard on Instagram that you work during the days. What do you do, bro? Respect your grind. Well, I'm not going to say what I do, but I do work Monday to Friday, yeah. Until I can grow this to a point where I can make it a career and, I can earn enough where I don't need to do that. Then I can do a lot more videos, like baseball streams and more AFL streams and more NFL streams and Premier League streams and all that type of stuff. But for the time being, I can't do that. So, yeah, no, I do Monday to Friday and stuff like that. But weekends, I don't, which is really good. It works in really well. So 4th tackle here for the Doggies. They're 25 metres out from their own line here. Oh, that's going to be a strip, I think. It will be a penalty. Penalty to the Dogs here. Pure Gaming Team says Titans equals knockout and semi. Knockout and semi, I'll take that, buddy. Oh shit. Yes, please. Cheers to that. I do have a beer over here. But cheers to that, my friend. Actually, I should have a sneaky little beer. I don't really drink, but I had one. I'll have one. I just had this because I'll show it. It's Blue Moon, so it's Manchester City, Blue Moon. I always have that over there. It's like a good luck thing for me. So first tackle here for the Doggies. They're inside the attacking half right now. Please let me know the update of the Brisbane Roar game, please, guys. Please let me know the update of the Brisbane Roar game. I can't actually see it right now. Jimmy Bill says, yeah, bro, Knights, first time I heard you tip them. Yeah, because the Knights aren't good. They're 50-50. So, like, if I think they're going to win, I think they're going to win. But it's a tough game, my dude. It's a tough game. And considering the Titans scored 44 points past them, just conceded 16. But considering they scored... Oh, the Dogs going to score a try here. Dogs going to score a try underneath the post too. So it is going to be 22-4 with a kick to come. So 22-6. There you go, lads. There you go. The Doggies break it on through there. And 22-0 last night. Can be 22-0 this time as well. The Dogs come back. I don't know. We'll see how they go. Jeez, I just realised I closed that lid. Unbelievable content on the channel. I had one sip. I'm drunk already. Ron Pappenhausen says, how old are you? Just asking. 16, mate. Mitchell Vella says, do you think the Bulldogs will have a comeback like last night? No, mate. Robert Duckman says, Brisbane Roar 4-0 Wellington. No, it's not. I'm going to have a look here. No, it's not. Don't do this to me. It's not. There's no way. There's no actually way. It'll be like 1-0 or 0-0 or something like that. There's no way. You think you're going to get me, son? You think I'm going to believe you? It's 0-0 after 78 minutes. Buddy, you calm down, son. You buddy, calm down, cheeky bastard. Sport Action says, Blaze, you need chocolate milk for Titans. That's a good point, Sport Action. You did remind me. I do need that. But in the same sense, I'm in Fiji. When I was in Fiji, my mum was making it for me. Like, she was good. She'd make it for me. She'd bring it to me. And that's why I'd turn the camera around, because she didn't want to be on camera. And then I'd have the room service of the chocolate milk. Thomas Watson says, where do you see the Rabbitohs make it this year? Well, Rabbitohs without Reynolds for 6 weeks, apparently. But I still think they'll make... Well, I had them in the grand final. I still wouldn't say they're out of the grand final, but I think the Storm probably have a better... I'll still go grand final, but I still think Panthers win. TGX Verx, man, just say a normal comment, man. I'll read your name out. That's all you got to do, man. You just gotta say a normal comment, my dude. Douglas Smith says Ryan. He's 26, I think, by the way, mate. Nah, 14. So the Doggies are going to score, and it's going to be 22-6 here for the Eels. But my birthday is on Tuesday. I think 4th of May. What day is that? Tuesday, Monday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I'm not too sure. One of the days. Lumen Gamer says hi. Hello, Lumen. Steve Morris says 4 weeks or 6 weeks, Adam out. Yeah, something like that. R&B Form Music says comeback is on. Yeah, there you go. So 32 minutes to go here of the game. 16-point difference here. Can the comeback be on? Jimmy Bill says 16. Hey, wouldn't that be nice? You tell me. Robert Douglas says 4-0 was last week's game. Sorry. 4-0? 4-0? What's going on with the 4-0? What happened there? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so Dogs here. Run the ball back here. 15 minutes out here from their own line. They need to get a move on quickly, though, if they want to come back. Nat Den Holler says, hello. TGX, man, I'm not going to respond to another comment. You have to just ask a question, my dude. Just ask a damn well question about the game or something like that. Like, stop asking me to say your name, bro. So third tackle here with the Dogs. Just ask you a question about the game and I'll read out your comment, my man. Godzilla says Parry will still win. Well, you know shit, bro. They're up 22-6. If they don't win, there's a problem. Ryan Pappenhausen says, hi, buddy. Gee whiz, it's the real Ryan Pappenhausen right here, guys. That is absolutely 100% guaranteed the real Ryan Pappenhausen. There's no doubt about it. And that's going to go out 10 minutes out. Declan Smith says 0-0 between the Brisbane Roar and Wellington. Come on, the Roar. Come on, the Roar. TJX Berg says go Para. Get around the Eels. So 31 minutes left here. How many likes are we on? We are on 65 likes. Let's get 5 more likes to hit 70 right damn well now. And smack the subscribe button too. Bill Short says happy 17th birthday. No, it's my 15th birthday on Tuesday, mate. My 15th birthday on Tuesday. So 31 minutes left. Micah Silva with the ball. 15 minutes out from his own line. I still feel like... Well, actually, where'd that guy go that was needed the Eels up 21.5 or 21 points? Because they're not doing it right now. So, Sia Manafungai. That's how you pronounce it. Sia Manafungai. I think I pronounce it. Because the G in Fijian is like... It's not G. So that's why I said like that. But then again, Sia Manafungai is, I think, probably a Tongan or Samoan name. I think it's Sa. I think it's a Samoan name. Godzilla says, Paralyze, what we do? I wouldn't care. Fit tackle here for the Eels. They're at halfway point here. Reed Marnie out to the right-hand side. Mitch Moses. He moots that bad boy right up in the air. And easy take there for the Dogs, but 10 metres out from their own line for Watani Selesniak. TGX Merck says, what do you think about Knights vs Roosters? I've taken the Knights, but it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. Bill Short says, great beard for 15 years old. No, I'm 30 years old, mate. Second tackle here. Second tackle here, 24 metres out. 24 metres out from their own line. Dogs not doing jack or shit-a-runa, though. Not doing jack or shit-a-runa. If they score next, though, mate, might make it interesting. Might make it interesting. Luke Jones says, do you like local sport? Well, this is local sport, but I know what you're saying. If you're talking about Queensland Cup, New South Wales Cup, then yeah, but I can't really. Oh, that's out of the 40. Even if he gets a 40-20 there, that's outside the 40. But I just don't have the time to be able to do like local state games, like stuff like that. I can't even find the time to do A-League at the moment, let alone local state games in rugby league. Zach Marino says Dylan Nalpa to get 5 tries, 4 assists for the other team. Oh, jeez, that's a slap. Sivo has been pummeled there, Santos Vitti, but oh my goodness me. Bill Schwartz says drinking underage. No, mate, I am 37 years old. Come on, mate. So third tackle here. Eels aren't making a great deal of meters here. And they're 35 minutes out from their own line, 4th tackle. Jake Ryan says, do you think AJ Brimson is better than Kalen Ponga? Not yet. No, not yet. I think Ponga has some more experience, and AJ hasn't realistically done anything for us so far this year. Melbourne says, who smashed Sivo? I'm not too sure. Sport Reaction says, what country is the most passionate rugby league team? Passionate? PNG. Papua New Guinea. No doubt about it. Papua New Guinea for passionate. The best is obviously Australia. But for the most passionate fans in the world, absolutely, it has to go to Papua New Guinea. Rugby Union would be Fiji. Rugby Union would be... Oh, 7s, sorry. Not 15s. 7s would be Fiji. Rugby Union. I wonder who would that be. Probably... Oh, All Blacks. New Zealand. New Zealand, absolutely. Jimmy Bills to Lebanon. No. It doesn't compare to Papua New Guinea, bro. It doesn't compare close to Papua New Guinea, my man. They are the most passionate rugby league fans on the planet by a country mile. A country mile. like a distance from Papua New Guinea from one end to the other, Mom. That's a long way. So left-hand side here, Dogs here. Oh, they're still attacking here, though. They're giving it a crack. Third tackle, they're still going. Allen's still going and taken down about 40 metres out from the Eels line. Isaac says, what did it feel like to win the Clive Churchill? It was pretty good when I won it, mate. I was very good. So fifth tackle here with the Dogs, 30 metres out from the Eels lines. Fifth tackle, though, they need to do something. Last call, puts it up, and that's a good kick, actually, but it should be an easy one there for Ferguson. Oh, that's taken out, realistically. I actually think that... Oh, Gutherson's away here. Gutherson's away here. Oh, they're going to be away here. Oh, no, Dylan Brown's actually going to get taken down. No, he will get taken down here. Yep. Oh, he lost the ball too. Good defense from Meaney. Nick Meaney, fantastic. I actually think you should go back and check that because I'm pretty certain there was a play taken out. Ferguson was taken out there. Should have been a penalty for the Eels, but which they would have taken. But I guess they did play it on. Steve Warren says, Ryan, favourite player of the Storm. Yep. All right, so Dogs here with the ball 30 metres out from their own line. Dylan Blakey says, I think Tonga is pretty passionate about footy. They are, yes. Tonga and PNG, but I'd still say Papua New Guinea are still number one. But Tonga love their rugby league, yes. But I did forget about Tonga, to be completely fair to you. But Papua New Guinea, wow, it is 11-11 right now, guys, due to injuries and stuff like that. But look at this. Look at this. This is just intense right now for the Dogs. They actually, but if they score here, could make a comeback. So second tackle here for the Dogs. They're, 35 metres out here from the Eels line. Goes off to Thompson. And third tackle, 25 metres out. Benjamin Tan says, Ryan Pappenhausen, you are the best player. I am. R&B 4 Music says, this game has lost its plot. It has. It's really crazy right now. Out of the right-hand side, Meaney taken down. Nearly sneaks it through there. Yes, Reed Money's not really underrated. He's rated. He's rated pretty fairly. He can have good games and he can have bad games. He can have games where he disappears completely. So he's rated pretty fairly. So fifth tackle here, 10 metres out. Right-hand side, the Dogs go. Can they score here? Kicks it through. And that's going to be... Oh, set restart here. So Mitch Moses is going to... one of the Eels players touched this one to reset the tackle counts. The Dogs are going to have a fresh set here. 10 metres out. How bad are the Eels looking right now? Jeez. So second tackle right now. Please don't spam Ryan Pappenhausen. Just 1 or 2 comments here and there, man. Not like 100 comments time after time after time. Otherwise, I can't read everyone else's comments out. But Dogs with the ball here. 5 minutes out. Jimmy Bill says Parrot always scrappy against bad sides. Parrot always scrappy against everybody. Third tackle here. Carl Flanagan out to the right side. And that's an easy take there. Easy take there for the Eels. So fourth tackle, 10 metres out. Left-hand side. Oh, I thought he scored there. I thought the Dogs were away there for a try. So fifth tackle here. Hey, you're a good run. So fifth tackle here, 2 metres short, left-hand side. Oh, this defense from the Eels isn't good. He gets out of the left-hand wing. Try time for the Dogs. Try time for the Dogs. Dogs are back in the game. It's 22-10 with a kick to come. It is 22-10 with a kick to come. The Dogs are actually coming back in this game. It's 22-10 with a kick to come. Hello, Eels. Hello. Hello. Eels, are you awake here, boys? Are you awake here, boys? Hello. Not too sure what's going on here, lads. Not too sure what's going on. So that's gonna be game on here. 22-10 with a kick to come. Seriously, the game is on. Benjamin Tan says Deline scored. Dallin Watani-Zelezniak does score here for the Doggies. Ouchie mama. Matt Yupun says, what do you say about 11-11? Yeah, well, there you go, mate. Benjamin Tan says, you're right. They are coming back, the Bulldogs. They are. Do they win, though? Don't know about that. But there's every chance in the world. Robert Tuckman says, is the Sydney versus Geelong game at Canterbury? No, it is here in Sydney. By the way, guys, 2 likes away from 70. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Dylan Blakey said, if Dogs come back, I'll be furious. There you go. Margalia says, yeah, I'm aware, still Eels will win. You'd hope so, mate. You'd hope so. Surely they do. Surely. So 24 minutes to go here in the game. Nathan Yee said, do you reckon Brett Morris is going to be the first try scorer for the next game? Is he playing next game, Brett Morris? He's been injured for a bit. I would say the Knights are going to score first. I don't know. It's a tough game to predict. But I would go... Who's actually... Mitchell Pearce is still out, obviously. Who's actually playing for the Knights? Good question. No, I'm going to go Pong. I'm going to go Pong for a first try there. I'll go the Pong for the first try in that game. But 24 minutes to go here in the game. It's 22-10, but a kick to come. Dogs are on a roll here, baby. Dogs are on a roll. But can the Eels hold them out? Because the Dogs, I don't know what's happening in the second half. The Eels are just showing how scrappy they are as a team. Jared Twins, imagine Para loses this. Wouldn't care, but at the same sense, it'd be crazy because that would take the heat off the Titans. Massively take the heat off the Titans. Marley Baker says, thoughts on Milford last night? Don't think any Broncos play was really out of this world, except for Isako. But they beat a team who has one of the worst defenses in the league. And he'll miss the kick, though, so it's still a 12-point game. He'll miss the kick, though, so it's still a 12-point game. So 22-10 is the score. Still a long way to go here, though, guys. 24 minutes. Is it going to be a high-scoring one? Is it going to be a low-scoring one? Right now, it's a bit in the between. The Eels just kind of need to slow it up right now. They just need to slow it down and just get back into the grind of it. Jamie Dunning says, come on, Para, defense. R&B 4 Music says, Broncos were 22-0 now. 22-0 down when they won 2. You reckon? No, what? No shit. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Wish I watched that game. The Chief says the fact the Dogs have scored twice is a huge achievement. Yep. But the fact that people are saying that Dogs could actually come back in this game is a huge achievement. Ryan Papadathan said, who's your favourite fullback? Me. All right, so 24 minutes to go here this game. The Dogs will get the ball here 5 minutes out from their own line. Thompson, oh, that's a good hit there from Sean Lane, but then he falls off the tackle and wastes his opportunity. Matt Yapoon says, if JR still putting himself in New South Wales position. JR. Can't think of who you're talking about here. I see Warren says Ryan Pappenhausen. No, he's no me. All right, so third tackle here for the Dogs. They're 25 metres out here from their own line. And it's going to be third tackle now for the Dogs. But, geez, they're still coming, though. They're making some good damn well meters. They are making some damn well good meters. Rapid Fire TV says Dogs making a little comeback, but it's probably too late. Probably too late? No, it's not too late. It's just the Dogs are the Dogs. There's a long way to go. Like I said, Ryan Pappenhausen, second warning, man. Otherwise, you will get timed out next time. Please don't spam like 100 comments in a row. Just come on, man. Like, fifth tackle here for the Dogs. They're going to boot this one down. Eels, 5 minutes out here. Matthew Rogers says, let's go the Bulldogs. Get around the doggies. Get around the doggies on the comeback right now. A little bit of a sneaky little sniff. You getting a sniff? You don't want to give the Dogs a sniff. Gee whiz. Not because they're any good, just because they're dogs. And dogs like a good sniff. So surely that means the Dogs will be pretty good at when they're getting a sniff. I don't know what I'm saying here. Sorry, guys. So third tackle here for the Eels. They're 40 metres out from their own line. And Reed Mayne's going out to the right-hand side here to Regan Campbell-Gillard. And that's the okay-ish run. They're about halfway here. Still a long way to go to get to the try line. But realistically, the Eels don't need to score. They just need to hold them out right now. They just need to slow this play down and force the Dogs to play what they used to play like. The Dogs aren't the same team as they used to play in regards to slow, grind, frustrate. Now it's fast-paced, kind of get the ball out at any costs. And they think they're still a grind team, but they're not. Ball goes up there, and that's just going to go out. So it's going to be a fresh set here for the Dogs, 15 minutes out from their own line. Matty Poon says, is Junior Paulo still playing himself on the New South Wales side? I don't know. Has Junior Paulo had a great year this year? Godzilla says, bro, show the TV we want to see. Due to broadcasting restrictions, man, I cannot do it. It's illegal. You've been here for a long time, too. I'm surprised that's the first time you've asked that question. But as you can see, everybody else isn't asking that question because they know it's illegal. It's pretty common sense, to be honest with you, man. You know, the NRL is paid like $10 billion by Fox Sports and Channel 9 for rights to show the games. So it's not like a random YouTuber could just show the game. That's why you can't find it on YouTube anywhere. So first tackle leave for the Dogs. They're 30 minutes out from their own line. But sorry for a little bit of... I just had to give you a bit of common sense there. So second tackle leave for the Dogs. 35 minutes out here from their own line. 7 minutes says that was a good game by the Bronx. No, it was a bad game by the Titans. Sport Talk says, Blaze, any ideas on what to do for my 18th this year? Watch BKR Sport. Third tackle for the Dogs. They're inside the attacking half right now with 21 minutes to go of the game. Dogs are looking better than the Eels right now. It's a long way to come back. Long way to come back. So fifth tackle here. 35 minutes out. Arthur Joseph Lee Haynes says, how is this game? It's actually decent-ish for a shithouse game. It's a shithouse game, but it's also decent-ish. Ooh, Blake Ferguson taken down there. 5 minutes out from his own line. RC Boss says, hello, man. Hello, mate. How you doing? Moy says, I come back from dinner and 10 points to the Doggies. Yeah, man. They're having a sneaky little return here. Luca Jones says, local rugby in Victoria is bad. What they should do to get better. I don't know. I'm not from Victoria, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure how Victorian local rugby looks like. So third tackle here, but I'm assuming that Victoria is more about the rugby union than about rugby league, realistically. So 20 minutes to go here in this game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget, we will be doing the Geelong versus Swans game right after this. 7 minutes says, who do you tip? Obviously the Eels, but right now, like the Eels still should hold them out here, but in the same sense, there are no guarantees. There are no easy finishes here. So Eels here with the ball, 45 metres out, 40 metres out there. Ryan Madison back tonight for the Eels. Ryan Madison, sorry, not Madison. Ryan Madison with the ball, 40 metres out. Reed Marnie, left-hand side, third tackle for the Eels. Moses back to Gutho. Gutho here underneath, gets it away. Opacek, it's going to get taken down. Good tackle there as well by the right edge centre there for the Doggies. So right-hand side, fourth tackle, Eels, Mitch Moses. Bad defense here from the Dogs, in my opinion. Campbell-Gillard, good tackle, though, from the Dogs. That was good tackle there from Avarillo. So fifth tackle here. Eels, quick play the ball. Easy try. Easy try. And the Eels will take a 28-10 lead, and that realistically should be the end of the game. That is an easy try there from the Eels, and that should be basically all over. Jade also says, where do you buy your posters from? BKR Sport Redbubble store, man. Just go on redbubble.com and type in BKR Sport, and it should come up for every team except for the Broncos and Bulldogs. But yeah, I'll put the link in the description for tomorrow's games. Douglas Smith said, full-time Blaze 0 Royal Wellington. I'll take it. So 19 minutes to go here in this game, and the Eels will score. It will be a 26-10 ball game here with a kick to come to the Eels, but still 19 minutes. Still 19 minutes to go. Melbourne says, credit Dogs for getting a couple. You got to give some credit to the Doggies for, at least having somewhat of a bit of a crack. I genuinely thought they were looking okay, which is crazy because the Dogs are not okay. You know what I'm saying? I thought the Dogs were looking okay for a team that's not okay. But they still gave up that try in the end, and that should be all done. All done and dusted. Jade also said, it's not like I was going to buy Broncos and Bulldogs anyways. Well, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Luca Jones says, how are the Storm good when there is no junior rugby league comp in Victoria? Because they don't use any of the local Victorian competition. They use the Sunshine Coast. They use East in Brisbane. They use Queensland. That's why Queensland. They use North when Greg Inglis came from there. They use Queensland Cup teams. So Stormfan says, yo, this is the real Paps when you will be back in our fullback. Stormfan, it's not the real Papa Nelson. Chief says, I find YouTube is better than Fox and Channel 9. NRL should change those laws. Would be sick to see you react and show the game. Would also help grow the game. It would, but it's obviously, they would lose a lot of money. They'd lose a lot of money. It just doesn't make sense for people like myself to be able to show the game. But a lot of other sports kind of allow it, but they allow it after the game is finished. So not live, but you can show the highlights and stuff. But the NRL is very strict with what they do. Godzilla says, did he keep the ball in the goal? Yes, so it was 28-10. Yeah, it was from basically right next to it. So 38 points scored in the game here with 18 minutes to go, guys. I think the Eels should probably score another one. I think that's all done for the Dogs today. And that's all done for the Dogs for today. But, can't say too much. 17.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen. We've seen crazy things happen. Saw it last night. Blaze says, get a Broncos poster. Rather kill myself. Jay Dorso says, they pay too much to buy the game rights. Look at when Channel 9 bought rugby union rights. Yes, but people actually watch rugby league in Australia. Rugby union, because the Wallabies being so bad for 20 years, people don't watch it. But they will watch it. They will watch it. He's falling over. Don't give him a set restart. Don't give him a penalty. Don't give him a penalty. Third tackle. Good. He didn't. Fourth tackle, sorry. He lets it go because he was already on the ground, basically. Rugby union is different to rugby league. Rugby league has a very coarse and water-based in Queensland, New South Wales, somewhat Victoria, New Zealand-ish. People in West Australia do watch it, but I think West Australia is more rugby union than league. Same with Victoria as well, to be honest with you. But that's going to be Parramatta with a penalty here for a takeout there on Corey Allen. Dean Papostolos is fantastic artwork in the background. Thanks, man. I made those posters. So I'm actually, realistically, this is a cupboard here. There's a cupboard here. I'm actually going to have rugby league all up this way. I'm going to put AFL, rugby league down here, AFL down here, and then probably like baseball over there, or American sports on that side for when I do American sports, when I can eventually. And I'll put like rugby union here, something like that. So when I'm streaming, I have different teams from different sports. Because after this game, we're doing the Geelong vs Swans game. But 16.5 minutes to go here. The Eels with a chance. 12 minutes to go. But like I said, I did create all these. So appreciate you for saying they're good. Stormman said, I hope Pap score a try next week if he's in. Yeah, it'd be good to see. Second tackle here. I don't think he is, though. Ooh, Eels are going to score a try here. He's going to score a try here. No, he held up. No, don't tell me he's checking this. It's obviously not a try. Just bring it back to the 10-metre line. Jade also said, do you think you'll be streaming the NRL when it starts? I would love to do it, but I work during weekdays, so probably not. But then again, we'll see how we go. So second tackle here. Oh, no, they wouldn't play on weekdays, would they? I'm not too sure. See how we go. NRL, get in contact with me. So third tackle here for the Eels. If you need a commentator, National American Rugby League, buddy, get in contact with me. So right-hand side here, Eels, 1 metre short, and they're going to be held up here over the line. So fourth tackle here for the Eels. They'll be going back to the 10-metre line. Marley Baker says, you reckon Reds win the grand final? I damn well hope so. But I will stream the Super Rugby with the New Zealand teams, the Aotearoa teams, and also the Australian teams. It starts next week, mind you. I will do that. So Eels here, left-hand side, chance here. Upper check taken down. 7 metres short here of the line. 16 minutes to go here of the game. But the Eels with the ball. Reed Marnie now, right-hand side. Fifth tackle. Moses kicks it through. Good little kick. It's going to hit the post, maybe. No, I don't know what happened there. Knock on Eels. No, drop out. I don't know. Okay, no, it's a dropout apparently. It's apparently a dropout. Stormman says, well, for me, school's on Tuesday. Good stuff, mate. All right, so, no, I don't think Dylan Brown touches that. So it will be just a dropout here from the Dogs to the Eels. The Eels will get back on the attack. What are we on likes-wise? We are on 72 likes, 75 likes right now. Let's get 5 more likes to hit 80, guys. Smack it up. Subscribe if you're new. 2 dropouts to the Bulldogs so far. 0 from the Eels. Sorry. 15 minutes left. Over the top there. Dean Postelou says, coming from an art background myself, it's an admirable to see your creative side. Fantastic work, mate. Hopefully you can sell them well to boost your channel. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much. So Reed Marnie here, 25 metres out. Gets it off to Campbell, Gillard, and they're going to get taken down about 20 metres short here of the line. Last 5 minutes has been 95% territory and possession to the Eels over the Dogs. Jeez, after that little flurry from the Dogs, the Eels have definitely got back into this game. Right-hand side here, right-hand side, Dylan Brown, taken out, forward pass, lock ball. Knock on, whatever. That's obviously a knock on there. So just give the Bulldogs. Cleo Mora says, who you tipping Knights versus Roosters? I'm taking the Knights, but I'm not confident at all in that game. J-Dot says, is your job creating those posters and shipping them off? No, they go through Redbubble itself, man. It does everything. Delivery. I just create the posters. It does it all. And obviously I get a percentage, which is good. Steve Warren says, 24-18 Newcastle Knights. It'll be a close one, man. I am doing my Geelong versus Swans game, but it will be a close one there for the Knights and Roosters game. It'll be a nice little interesting one. But got to get around my Catters tonight. Fortunately, we haven't had the greatest start of the season. We did win by 100 points last week, so I'll take that one every single day of the week and over the West Coast Eagles. So I was very close to going to the game tonight between the Swannies and the Cats, but not tonight. Sean Van says, no, well, I'll do both games tomorrow, though, in the Rugby League and the NRL. So 13 minutes 40 to go here. Dogs with the ball 10 metres out from their own line. I actually think that this game might be shut up shop, or Eels might score in the last few minutes. J-Dot said, where do you expect the Suns to win? Yeah, Collingwood are 17th place, sorry. They're like second last place right now, my man. And not looking the goods at all this year. The old Pies. They're looking pretty shocking, mate. Pretty shocking. Jade also says, can't wait for round 10 because Suns vs Cats. I can't lose my 2 teams. That's a knock off of the Dogs. You idiot. You idiot. Mate. In answer, response to that question, you do lose because there is one team you support more than the other. It's like me, Titans and Sharks. I go get around the Sharks with my mum, but I'm a Titans fan. So if the Titans lose, it's like a win-win, but it's not really win-win because if the Titans lose, I'm still upset. So Eels with the ball here, 20 metres out here from the Dogs line. Everyone always has one team over the other. Jimmy Bill says, can you send me a Storm poster out of toilet paper? I'm not a big fan of the Storm poster that I made, but it's okay. It's an Eye of the Storm one. So first tackle here for the Eels. They're 9 metres out here from the Bulldogs line. Dylan Brown, left-hand side, gives it out to Moses. Second tackle, by the way. Marcus Sivo. Sivo here, steps on the outside. Easy try there. And it will be 32-10 here with a kick to come from the left-hand side. So, Parramatta. Easy win here, surely. Easy win here, surely. Well, not surely. Gee whiz, it is over. Gee whiz, what do you mean, surely? It is done. But yeah, so that is 32-10 here, 22 points the difference. And now we see if I can get a conversion from the sideline. Jay Dawson says, best to use the Warriors to toilet paper with the tongue. City Dingo says, play. What are your thoughts on Manly after that game? Do you think they could beat some top teams like the Eels? No. I think Manly were okay. But I don't think Manly played that great, but they were okay. Defensively, they were good, but they also still made a few mistakes. 7 says, so you upset at Broncos winning the match against the Titans? Do I look upset? I was upset last night, but in the same sense, like, the Broncos are, like, reality hit for you, man. You're third last. The Broncos are third last. Titans are 7th. Titans won the earlier season matchup at Seabus. Broncos won the matchup at Suncorp. It's 1-1, so it's now whoever finishes high on the ladder, and I'm not at all confident the Broncos beating the Titans on the ladder. So it's like, can we 1-1 match? Good on you, man. You wouldn't be able to get me last night, but reality check, that's the first team outside the Dogs that you've beaten in 400 days. So, yeah. If you were going to have a crack at me, it probably would have been best to do it last night before I, came to reality. Jade also says, where do you think Ash Taylor should go next year? He'll stay, but just be for a lot less money. But I think he's actually been pretty good this year, to be honest with you. I think he's actually been pretty good for the Titans this year. But people you'll always use him as a scapegoat. But he'll stay at the Titans and he'll just be a lot less money. So 10 minutes 50 to go of the game here. 42 points scored in the game. 32-10 is the score. Lumen Gamer says, who do you think is going to win the NRL Grand Final? Panthers. So Sivo there puts that one down over the line. And there's still 10 minutes to go. That's a good little flick over there from Gutho, though. That is a very good little flick over there from Gutho to basically, like, officially put this one to bed. It was already done. Like, it was already done. But that officially really like puts the nail absolutely goddamn in the coffin, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let me just get back onto the stream here. Sorry, guys. 7 says, how do you think Broncos did? I thought they were fine. I think the Titans were the worst team defensively in the comp last night by a long way. That's why they lost the game. But in the same sense, the Broncos still did fine. They still did what they needed to do. Nico says, Blaze, Broncos don't get to celebrate often, so whenever they win, they get very excited, and you were on the receiving end of that last night. Yeah, I was, but in the same sense, it's a bit of a reality check for him now. All right, so third tackle here. Gutherson gets the ball 45 metres out here from the Dogs line. Prano says, Melbourne cheat. Well, Melbourne haven't cheated in about 11 years, but in the same sense, yes, they have cheated before. They have cheated before, just not recently. Robert Duckham says, you nominee for Shite Game of the Week. My nominee for Shite Game of the Week, this is up there. This is up there. Personally, Titans Broncos, but for the neutral, that would have been a good game. Who was the other game? Storm Sharks? No, I think this game's been the worst game of the week. I think this game's been the worst game of the week so far. Dave Dawson says, incorrect, Melbourne haven't been found cheating. Barrow, don't even start if you're going to try and defend 2007, 2009 premierships. Don't even start. Jimmy Bill says, Dogs have cheated the salary cap also. A lot of teams have. But nothing as significant as the Storm. But at least none of those teams that they did cheat won 3 wooden spoons in a row, back to back, which was the Eels, mind you, less than 10 years ago. Ryan Papanathan says, I'm going to the Storm versus Rabbitoh. Okay. Payne says, who should be the Blues number 6? Good question. I'm taking Luai and Cleary just because if you're going to get the two best, the best competition, best team in the comp right now, and you're going to get their halves, and they know each other, they work well with each other, they know what they're doing. Appy Kosau, oh no, he won't be New South Wales hooker, but Damien Cook's there. Look, I think that's going to be a fantastic team with them two there. You chuck White into the centres. You can put White into the halves, but in the same sense with no Latrell Mitchell, because he has been suspended and you don't guarantee he can get in. Dogs here on the attack right now, by the way. He throws a ball backwards here. Dogs here. No, tackle 10 metres out. With no Latrell Mitchell there, probably first game. There'd be kind of no point putting White into the halves and then who you put into the centres. Like, I'd definitely prefer the other, in my opinion. Dogs with a chance here. I think it's a try for the Dogs. I think this is a try for the Dogs here. I'm pretty certain this is a try for the Dogs here. There's gone no try here, but Kotrich seems like he might be injured too, mind you. So they're going to check this. So he's obviously onside here. He's well and truly onside. So the ball goes up. It's going to check if this is a, technically, mind you, incorrect timing by Mike Sivo, which they've been calling for quite a while. They called in the last game, but in the same sense. So it goes backwards off Sivo. It just depends on if Kotrich pushes this ball down. It doesn't touch a dog here at all. So now we're just going to check if he actually puts this ball down. KO yet again has messed up here. Oh, what? Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Sorry, I wasn't even really paying attention. So it is a knock on here against Hapawade, apparently. I think he does get there first. I think that was a try, but apparently they said it was a knock on there from Hapawade. Melvin says, Eels are not winning anything for another 10 years. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, to be honest with you, man. But why 10 years? Like, why not? Well, it could be 5, it could be 10. Like, this playing group will be different in 5 years' time. This playing group will be different in 5 years' time and be different in 10 years' time. I don't understand why it's 10 years away. If not, maybe may as well make it 20 years away. May as well make it 20 years away, mate. Alrighty. So, how long we have got to go here? Daydog says Gold Coast 2027, Gold Coast 2022. Let's go. No, 2023. So, second tackle here for the Eels. 15 metres out from their own line here. What a game, the Roos. Front on Bank West. No, it won't be that great of a game. Eddie Angel says Bulldogs very bad play, no tactic. Welcome to Bulldogs. Welcome to the Bulldogs. That's been that way for a while now. Melvin says not going to change. Yeah, fair enough. Cody says you're an F-wit. Yeah, you got me, but you got me. Oh, that one hurt, man. That one really hurt. John D says, has Tom Opacek scored a try? No, Opacek hasn't scored a try in this game so far. So Bulldogs with the ball 10 metres out from their own line. Sam Hernandez says, what do you think of NRL's gone to Sharks? I think it's a good signing. I think that makes them a contender next year if they keep Sean Johnson. And Reynolds is also the halfback there. If Reynolds is the halfback and Sean Johnson's the 5'8", they've got a really good team, the Sharkies. So second tackle here for the Dogs. I don't understand why Cody thinks he's going to comment here after saying something like that. Catch you later, bro. It takes me 2 seconds to hide from the channel. See you about. So Dogs here, 30 minutes out from their own line. They get the offload away, and it's going to be 40 minutes out, loses the ball. Offload away, but don't you worry, they're going to lose the ball, and the Eels are going to get it 40 minutes out from the Dogs line. Dingo says, even if the Eels went undefeated to the regular season, they'd get out in the first 2 weeks of finals. It's just an Eels thing. Yep, absolutely spot on. Just like with the Dragons, you know, they can have a great start of the season, but they're always going to collapse at some stage. It just is how the Dragons are. That's a strip there, but I think it's one-on-one. That would be it would be a knock on Parramatta. Eels are challenging this, sorry. So it is a strip, and then the Eels knock it on. I think this is the right call. So I thought this was being challenged on the opposite end. I didn't know what the actual call was. So it's a one-on-one strip here from Reid Marnie. Like, it's a clear strip. He clearly gets that ball, and he clearly strips it out. It's actually, no, it's not two in the tackle, so it's a strip, but then the Eels touch the ball here as he's trying to regather it. Oh, no, there wasn't two people in the tackle. So Sean Lane's a little bit too late there for that to be two people in the tackle. They take it. It's a clear strip. Yes, that's fine, but we're going to look at the knock-on here. There's a knock-on here from the Eels as he goes to try and grab that ball on the ground. By the way, guys, 7 likes away from 100. Hit that 7 likes away from 90. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. And subscribe if you are new around here. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers right now. Appreciate you guys as always. So challenge will be unsuccessful here. Challenge will be unsuccessful, and the Dogs will get the ball here from the Eels knock-on. Because it was a one-on-one strip, but then in the end, the Eels will knock on, and the Dogs will grab this ball. So only 6 minutes 45 left of the game here, 32-10. Obviously, it is the damn well game over, but at least the Dogs haven't been horrific in this game. They were really bad in the first half, but they haven't been horrific here. Haven't been horrific here, in my opinion, in this second half here. They even at one stage they looked like they actually had a chance to win the game. Like at one stage they had a chance to actually come back, but they didn't obviously get back into it. They didn't do it. But in the same sense. Sorry guys, I'm just quickly doing something. There you go. All that. Okay, that's done. That's just for the next game. Alrighty, back we go. Peter Tubis says the Bulldogs will have a good backline next year. They said that this year, and they still don't have a good backline this year. And next year, who's going to be distributing the ball? Kyle Flanagan's not that great. And who's their 5'8"? The Bulldogs don't have a good spine at all. Josh Adokar comes there. What are you expecting Adokar to be the best player on the planet? I guess Burton might play the 5'8" role, but are you expecting him to be the best 5'8" on the planet? Storm Van says Benji Marshall and Cody Walker will be the Rabbits halves next year if Anna Reynolds leaves. Yeah, fair enough, but Benji Marshall only got a good 1 year left in him. Just a 1 year probably left in him after this, or maybe even 2. I don't know. We'll see how they go. So 4 tackle here for the Dogs. They're 15 minutes out here from the Eels line. Underneath gets it off the big fella, and he's going to give you about 5 minutes out here. 5th tackle. Godzilla says, wait, did Bulldogs score? They're about to maybe score outside the wing. Oh, Siva with an easy intercept there. Might throw it here. Tried to get the offload away, but unfortunately there were Dogs galore to stop that one from going through. Don't forget, guys, right after this, we are going to be streaming the Geelong Cats and Sydney Swans game. My Catters, get around them. Should be a good one. Hopefully it's a good one. So hopefully, guys, stick around for that one if you don't mind the AFL. But we will be obviously reacting somewhat to the Knights and Roosters game too. And the mainstream will be the Geelong versus the Swans game. So first tackle here, that's a forward pass from the Eels. They're not going to call it though. Wowee. Payne says, do you think Rabbits will struggle the next 2 weeks without Reynolds and Latrell? Yeah, not really. Yes and no. Who do they play in the next 2 weeks is my question. Actually, they play the Storm. So yes, Opacek. Oh, that's brilliant. And Mo's going to get taken down, loses the ball. So knock on. Knock on there. Knock on there from Zimoses, and that ball will come straight back to the Doggies here. A lot of knock-ons in this game. Chad says, you stream the Knights game? No, man, I'll be doing the Cats versus the Swannies game because I am a Cats fan. But tomorrow we'll be doing both the rugby league games. Jamie Robinson says, don't watch AFL, but good luck with the call, buddy. Appreciate it, my dude. Sport Reaction says, Alex Johnson fullback and Benji in the halves. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, of course. Because Latrell comes back in, I think he's back in the week after, isn't he? I think he's only suspended 1 more game, 2 more games. He's only 2 more games. Oh, that's terrible from the Dogs. Oh, off the scrum, they drop the ball and kick it straight to Parramatta off the drop. That is horrific. Carlet says, go Bulldogs almighty. Bro, you wouldn't be saying almighty if you're watching the game like I am. Koi Boy says, what games will you be streaming next week? No idea, bro, but I won't be doing Saturday's games because I'll be at the Titans vs Tigers game at Campbelltown and vlogging it, so that vlog will come out on Sunday morning. Sam Henry says, Raiders struggled hard against the Rabbits. They did. Oh, the Eels lost the ball. Jeez, the Eels have lost a lot of ball in this game too, to be honest with you. So 4 minutes to go here of the game, guys. 4 minutes to go to the game. Dogs with the ball. 30 minutes out. Fair enough score, really. Fair enough score. Mackenzie Point says, nice shirt. That was all right. It's just a singlet. It's a singlet. By the way, guys, a lot of people talk about the posters before. That's the New Zealand one. If you haven't seen, that's the New Zealand one there. I just realised you can't really see the New Zealand one because obviously I'm sitting right in the middle of it. But yeah, that's the one. Eddie Angel says Bulldogs still wooden spoons. Saying last, yeah, absolutely, and they deserve to as well. They definitely deserve to. Left hand side here, Dogs out to the little wing. Chancey if they can score. They cannot score though. No, well not chance if they can score. Jeez, they're well too behind for that, but. There would have been there was a chance out in the left wing just then. So 4 tackle here, 45 metres out from the line. 17's aspect says who scored. I can't remember who the last person to score. Oh, Marcus Sivo was the last player to score for the Eels. Peter Tobias says, do you think Parramatta will win the league? No way. No way, especially not winning after watching today's game or any of the games so far this season. They haven't been that great at all, but they've gotten the job done. So it'll be a late hit here. It'll be a penalty here for the Dogs. No way. No, this season is between the Storm, Penrith, and the Rabbitohs. So are they going back a whole play though? Like it's a late tackle there on Papali'i. So what are they saying? They went back a whole play. Carl says everyone liked the video. How many likes we got? We're on 100. No, we're on 91. We're on 9 likes away from 100. Gee whiz. Look at us go. We're flying, son. We're flying. Melmo says lucky Eels didn't play like this against Storm or Penrith. They would get obliterated. Yep, they would. That's a bingo of a comment. That is absolutely spot on. They would get obliterated more than likely. They just simply would. Payne says, which team will struggle the most during the Origin period? Probably the Panthers, mate. Probably the Panthers. Coruscant might... No, Coruscant won't be there. Coruscant will be there, but he won't be there for New South Wales, in my opinion. Damien Cook's obviously there. They won't have Cleary. They might not have Jerome Luai. They won't... Oh, that's a knock-on for the Dogs. Oh, my God. Holy shit, man. Like, Dogs, bro. Is that Luke Thompson again? It is Luke Thompson. He's had a shocker of a game. He's had a shocker of a game. Wowee. But yeah, Eels haven't been good today. If anyone is wondering, Eels haven't been good today. But Parramatta will go up to second on the ladder. They will jump the Rabbitohs, obviously. The only team that can go above them is the Roosters. No, the Roosters can't. They're on 10 points. They go 12. So Eels are second, but I'm not nervous about them overall winning the comp. Peter Tobias says it'll be funny if Parramatta lose the league. It'll be expected. One says come on the Warriors tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be streaming that game, man. It should be an interesting game there between the Warriors and the Cowboys. It'll be a very interesting game. I have tipped the Warriors. I'm pretty certain that that's the upset. Jamie Dunning says thoughts on your man, which I find crazy. Not that I think the Warriors are any good, but it's still crazy they're not the favourites in that game. Jamie Dunning says thoughts on your man of the match. I would probably say Reid Marnie. For me. Oh, Gutho's had a pretty good game. I'd go Reid Marnie personally. Dingo says, shows how bad the Dogs are if Eels play like crap and still lose by 22. Well, this is the Dogs we're talking about here. And Eels another knock on, mind you. Yep. Another knock on here, mind you. Noel Daniel says, who will win? The Dogs are going to win this game 100%, man. Bet your house on it. So 35 seconds to go here in the game. It is 32-10 to Parramatta. Gutho's just smiling at the camera right now. Cool, mate. Cool. Melmos is funny. What's funny? So 25 seconds left. By the way, guys, I will be jumping off basically immediately once this stream finishes because in 5 minutes' time, the Geelong Cats versus the Sydney Swans game does start. It's very quick, the turnaround, so. But, if you're a Dogs fan, at least you scored a try. At least you scored some points. At least you didn't get held to nil. And, with 26 seconds left here, well, it's still not going here. Swear it's King Gutho. Oh, here we go. Matthew Payne's patience. Peter Tobias says, it's funny to say to a Parramatta fan, come back to me when you won the league. Well, yeah, there's been a lot of teams that haven't won the comp since Titans have been in the comp, so I couldn't care less about anything before 2007 as a Titans fan. Don't says, who got Knights or Roosters? I've taken the Knights. 6 seconds to go here, but not comfortably or not confidently. Oh, the Dogs lost the ball again to finish off the game. That says everything you need to know. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the game. The final score will be 32-10. The Eels will get a win there. Not a confident win, but a confident win. Not a great win, but a decent win nonetheless. So yeah, look, you'd be happy with that if you're an Eels fan, but you wouldn't also, because there is a long way to go for them to really start dominating like they should be. But they're a top 4, top 5 team, not a top 3 team, 4 or 5. I'd say they're above the Roosters, so I'd say 4th for my personal opinion. But they are technically second on the ladder. But guys, I'm jumping off. Like I said, Geelong Cats vs Swans game. If you're an AFL fan, we're jumping onto that stream in 5 minutes time, so get ready for that. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're so close to 10k now. I know it's still about 800 away, but 700 away, but gee whiz, we're flying, son. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later.